Bathroom.
Welcome. Oh, that's so funny. Every time.
I don't want it anymore. You take it.
Welcome to a new Unhealthy and Unstable. I'm Trevon, and I'm running this shit tonight. Also, nerd with the tip on also.
I don't want to be here anymore. I want to go home. No, you know what? No, you do run it tonight. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, I don't want to run it.
No. It's yours. Go ahead.
No.
You set the standard. Go ahead. I don't want it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, so I'm here. So let's talk about the men's. I'm just playing.
Anyone else get introduced?
I already say who I am.
You did. You said I'm Trevon. I'm there with the check. Here's Juwaan.
I did not sign up to run the show. Okay, I'm just here.
You jumped out saying welcome. So it sounded like you wanted it from there.
Help.
Anyway,
that's an echo as well. Can you hear yourself?
Let me see.
I can hear myself.
Yeah, I do. I hear myself. Yeah.
That's weird.
Mute yourself for a second. Listen on the stream and see if it sounds bad. But yes, welcome everybody to an all-new Unhealthy and Unstable. So far with me and Trevon here, Joel will be joining us shortly. We're just going to check out a few possible audio issues real quick, guys. Bear with us 1 second. Let's see, we got a comment already. Chaotic episode ran by Trevon. You know how it is. You know how it is. Luckily for Trevon, because we're all scared of him, we kind of just let him do whatever he wants. You know? It sounds bad. You know how it is.
It sounds fine.
It sounds fine?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, I didn't know DJ V was here yet. DJ V, we sound good, right?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was sound.
All right.
Is there an echo?
Yeah. It's not an echo, but I do hear myself.
Yeah, I don't remember us doing that before.
I don't either. I hear myself clearly.
I do too.
And I don't like it.
Okay.
All right. Cool. I can't believe you started the show so chaotic.
It makes it fun.
All right. So Joel, he said there's no echo. He doesn't hear the echo. All right. Well, I can tell you, DJ V, is the people talking. We hear it, and it is atrocious. But, all right. We're going to keep going. Let's start off, Trevon, with Interview with a Vampire. The finale for season 2 was this past Sunday, right? Yeah, this past Sunday.
Yes.
It wrapped up what I thought was the better of the 2 seasons. I thought they did a lot. I thought it got really, and there's the man right there. There he is. Yeah. There he is. I mean, shit. You know what? You know what the universe is telling us, Trevon? You don't need a Blade movie. This is the vampire we needed, right? This is the vampire, right?
At least we got this.
So season 3, I believe, has already been announced, which it should. I mean, at this point, just announced next 3 seasons, right? And it was an emotional season for me. Very emotional season. But it was a powerful one. It was a powerful season. And that finale was probably the most gangster I've ever seen a show end. I'm trying to think. Like a show kind of like in the the geek world.
Yeah.
It's the best finale I can think of. Like, that was dope. Trevon, walk us through what we saw in, obviously at the end of that finale. Like, what was that, and what can we look forward to in the next season before you go over your thoughts on the season as a whole?
Well, at the end of it, basically every vampire is mad at him for the book that I forgot his name right now. Wow. The one that wrote the book. I can't think of his name right now. But anyway, the one that doing the interview, so Louis burnt the laptop with all the information on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he had it because he filled the book. And now vampires are mad at him for exposing their secrets. So now he can hear everyone talking. And he's eavesdropping on everyone's conversation about how much they hate him. And he's just like, try me. And I love that. I was like, yes, try him. I love that.
So I have to ask, how much time has passed? Because I'm okay with you saying that his power increased if a certain amount of time has passed, right? To where he can kind of just hone in on his craft and on his skills. Maybe even LeBlanc maybe taught him how to do cool shit like that, right? LeBlanc, right? Lestat, sorry. So maybe that's how he learned how to kind of, enhance his abilities.
I honestly think he's been harboring all these powers the whole time while he's doing this interview. Future right now, So this is like current day or whatever that he did, like try me thing. Mm-hmm. So you saw how it's like shook Armand was to him at the end. So it felt like Louis sitting and being quiet and being calm as he can, but I think he has all the powers we think he has, and I think he's just sitting there like. That's why that guy said, "You worried about the one that's this new here, Armand or whatever,
right?
You need to worry about the quiet one,
right?
The quiet ones snap, Just saying.
Trevon foreshadowing. I loved it. Mainly, and by the way, Armand is garbage. He's a garbage human being. Oh the last thing this man asked you to do, was don't you touch that man. If any harm comes to him, I will kill you. Mm-hmm. Next time we see this man, this motherfucker's like, I'm a vampire. Yeah, Armand turned me. It's like, bro, what? Mm-hmm. Like, there was explicit instructions. Leave him be. And this fucker said, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. What up, Joel?
What's up?
We're going over the finale of Interview with the Vampire.
Got you. Oh yes.
So I to me, it's like I wondered, did he go kill Armand? Is he like, no, I still have some love. I'm letting him rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we don't really know.
Yeah, we have no idea.
Well, we know he's not dead because he was talking to. God, it's gonna bug me if I'm.
He turned this guy, didn't he?
Yeah, what's his name?
Right. Yeah, no.
What's the interview?
But I'm saying when he turned him, Armand is still alive because
he asked him. He said he talked to him or whatever.
Right.
Daniel Malloy. God, that was gonna bother me if I didn't find out what it was.
Yeah. Malloy, got you.
Right.
Malloy. No, but like you said, I love all the other vampires kind of just going, bro, like you broke the First of all, this is the only vampire in probably their entire existence that has broken this many codes and is not already dead, right? Sure. So I'm sure for them, it's more so of a like, bro, how the fuck do we keep letting him get away with this shit, dog? Like, he's killing his own numerous times. He's turning others into vampires. He's giving out all of our secrets. One thing I do have to laugh about, them getting upset about their secrets being let out. I don't think I'll ever be prepared for the day that someone comes out and goes, bro, vampires are real. And the entire world takes it serious. Right? Like, you'll have your few people that are like, yeah, I've seen a vampire. Right? Just like aliens. People are like, yeah, I've seen aliens. But we're not at a point where we're all just like, Hold on, I'm sorry. You said you saw what land in your backyard? Like, no, we're not all there yet, right? So the fact that this story is in a point in time where you can say, yeah, vampires are real. Here's a book I wrote. And people go, oh, shit. Like, enough for vampires to go, we got a problem.
DJV,
like, to me,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
It's 7 episodes in season 1 and 8 in season 2. So 15 episodes altogether so far.
Great. I tell you what, Game of Thrones won't be how you remember this guy after watching this show. I tell you that. He is this show. I was joking with Trevon Joel that this is helping me get through my blade withdrawals. I need a vampire. So this is helping me for right now. Okay. But no, I just didn't understand why all the vampires were so angry. I'm like, yes, he did give out your secrets.
That's why they're mad at him now.
Yeah. But I'm saying you can't believe that the world actually believes what these secrets are. Like, they probably just hear this book the same way we hear Twilight.
I think
okay,
there's so many details.
There is, but come on. You think people really take this serious? Like, we're not about to start going vampire hunting. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only problem will come is if vampires are start to get more aggressive with their feeding, and they start attacking more people, and people know how to defend themselves. Then it's like, oh, hold on, these fuckers read the book. Like, that's when it's a problem. But for now, no, I would look at it like they're not gonna believe what they're reading. Like, they're not gonna actually.
How you know I'm not one already?
Wait, hold on. No, you got to bring this up. What is that? So when vampires get revealed, do we take out Trevon day one, vampire or not? We know the rule. We can't let him. DJV, I'm very proud of you. You've been very consistent that Trevon can't have powers. And the more Trevon talks, the more I'm very much with you that he cannot have powers. So
I might be like Louis. I might already have power. Just quiet.
That's even scarier. I would definitely tell the government you're where it started. Like, you know, when people try to trace back, like, how did the vampire disease start?
Patient Zero.
For sure. Trevon. It's like, how did he get it? He might have just made it up and believed it so much he became it. I don't know, but it started with Trevon. Trust me. Find him, take him out. It'll all stop. But no, so Trevon, before you get into your thoughts on the season as a whole, and then we go to Joel's thoughts on the season as a whole, go more into the name that was dropped that opens up who we could see next season or beyond.
No, he talked about the blood. Lestat talks about the blood that he has in him. And he mentioned Akasha, so Queen of the Damned. Mm-hmm. So she's coming. I think she's the 4th book.
And you said that was the character Aaliyah played?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've never seen that movie, but I see, like, the photo of, not the photo, but the visual of her with, like, the crown and shit. It's in my head. I've seen that look before. I just never knew what it was connected to or what it was necessarily. So when you told me that, and then I'm like, who? And you're like, who Aaliyah played? And I'm like, I weirdly see it in my head. I don't know what it was about, but I see it. I can see it in my head. So I thought that was great because you were geeking out over that, and then I talked to Joel, and Joel was geeking out over that. Yeah, and I was like, "Oh shit, you guys both know this." I had no idea.
I used to. I mean, I used to keep track of it back then. My cousins like Anne Rice novels and stuff, but I only watched the movies. So it's like none of them actually connected, even though they were all based off of books. That's the only problem back then. It's individual movies, and it was never just like this.
And they weren't super far from each other. That was the crazier part.
Yeah, very much so. But but so they're always so exciting. It is. I'm very excited myself. Like, they definitely name dropped the spinoff series. I forget what it's called a couple times. Even this episode. And of course now they mentioned the Queen of the Damned. So I'm like, oh my god, this is getting good.
I wonder if they go big casting for the character. I wonder.
I don't know.
Right? That'd be really cool. Tell me Kerry Washington as that character wouldn't be really cool. Ooh, right? Cool. Right? That'd be so cool. Look at Anne Rice got his fan casting. Damn you, Anne Rice, you're good. But Trevon, you can wrap up your thoughts on the Queen of the Damned and then just give me an overall of your thoughts on the season.
Oh, I thought the season was great. I was suspicious of Roman for a long time, and then when I was like, wait a minute, he wiping memory? Like, what's going on? And it's so it's fun for me. I admit the powers thing is very cool for me. As I saw more of them, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, just I'm enjoying that. And then the one that he did at very end, I was like, well, that's a power to reaching everybody's head like that, not just being near, but just worldwide. That's some Professor X cerebral shit. Like, that was cool. I was like, okay. I said y'all should be scared. He could listen to y'all all the time.
100%. Y'all trying to sneak attack, and he's like 8 steps ahead, and you're like, how the fuck? Say, I can hear you guys. Stop talking.
Yeah. So that was, yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what they do. I've been watching like, interviews and stuff. They're talking about how the stat that we've seen all this time is not, it's basically not the one that he's supposed to be. So what he is now is the right Lestat, and now we're gonna have the story focused on him going. Then the next season is based on, I think they said the book Lestat. So it's gonna be from his perspective.
See, yeah, I figured because he's definitely not the same Lestat in like Queen of the Damned as he is in the interview.
What do you mean by that? Movie. Explain more for the audience what you mean by that.
Like what the way they act is different. Like the way that as pompous as he was, he's more down to earth in the movies. Again, I don't know how the book does it.
No, just go off of what you know.
He's more humble now.
Yeah, it's almost like Thor when he becomes, when he gets he's worthy again. It's like one of those things.
So is he as powerful?
Yeah, he's
still very old. So
yeah, he's just not a dick anymore.
No, but I'm saying he's still as strong as he is being portrayed in these first 2 seasons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that won't change. It seems it's almost like that flip now. Louis is more confident than Lestat is to me. It's like to me.
That'll be interesting to see if he becomes humbled. Maybe when the Queen of the Dam comes around, maybe she humbles him, and maybe he goes, "Wait a minute, hold on." like I thought I was something.
Right down.
Right. Yeah. I thought I was the hot shit. Okay, my bad, mama. No, but I mean, that was the one thing I really loved. Like you said, Trevon, as I passed to you, Joel, Armand, not trusting him all season. You were very consistent in, I don't trust him. I don't like him. Each week, Trevon, 6 o'clock in the morning, texting me and Joel, fuck Armand. And we're like, bro, we didn't even see it yet. Hold on. We get up, we watch it, and we're like, yeah, no, Trevon was right. He was right. So to see that, that's where I think this show has some of the best writing in television is you get to it and you're like, yeah, Armand does have like some power. Maybe he can kind of freeze time to a bit.
Oh yeah, that was
force everyone to say stuff, right? And then when it turns out it wasn't him, it was Lestat, right? I'm saying that right?
Oh no, he can freeze time.
No, but I'm saying Lestat was the one that got the audience to say banish him.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about
the whole situation? Crazy.
Here's what's funny about it being Lestat the whole time. None of the judges, no one on stage thought, let me look over to Lestat and notice that his eyes are bleeding. Like, man, come on, it's the trial of someone he was in love with. But I will say the one thing that he did that I think maybe gave them, that maybe confused them as to not thinking about Lestat was him watching his daughter die. Once he watched her die, they were kind of just like, yeah, no, he doesn't give a fuck about either one of these two, right? So you're not thinking he's somebody helping off in the side. You're thinking maybe Armand or, some shit like that. Yeah. And Armand gave that real serious-ass face that you're like, yo, he's straining. Like, he's really using his power. Man, that man was doing nothing of the such. Yeah. That man was just like, I could.
They couldn't do it twice. They had to save it. We got to save it.
Right. I do want to see Joel not in the next season, but maybe next time we see Louis. I do want to see what was Armand's mindset to do what he did. Because remember, we never got that. We got what the truth finally was. but we never got why Armand thought that was the way to go. Like, you kept, professing your love for Louis. You said what?
He wanted him.
Selfish.
Yeah.
No, I get it, but he was willing to murder him for the sake of it. That's the crazy, because think about it. Louis didn't fall out of love with him until the moment they all got snatched up at the restaurant.
He was saving himself. He was saving himself. Either he was going to die or Louis.
Right, but I'm saying at that point, because remember, they said he put together the play.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you went over and beyond. It wasn't just to save your ass. It was like you wanted him dead. Why did you want him dead is my question.
Well, no, it's also to save his ass. He had to get all of them back on his side again.
I get you. But the part to save his ass was giving them up. You put the play together. That's extra sauce. You know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing, Trevon. That's like a prosecutor telling me, Juwaan, you told us Trevon was the vampire and was the one eating everybody, right? The extra sauce would be if the prosecutor's like, you don't have to testify, but you can. Me showing up to court and testifying is the extra sauce. I didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't think part of his punishment was to put that play together. He seemingly did it willingly. So I'm saying, at what part did he say, I don't really love him as much anymore. I just want him dead. You know what I'm saying? Because he made it sound like the protection part of himself was giving them up.
Yeah. I honestly think he got sick of him bringing up Lestat.
Maybe he realized he could never have him the way that Lestat did. Yeah. He could never, their love wouldn't be that. It could have been jealousy. But I'm saying I would have liked for Armand to have said that. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't really stick with Armand much after the truth was revealed. They fought. He said, fuck around again. I'll put you on the ground. And then that was it. Right? So it's like we didn't really get to sit with Armand to see, like, what were you thinking, bro? Like, you could have had him. You had him all these years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could have legit had that had you not gone the 8th degree to try to put him in the ground.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was a little interesting. Again, it didn't bother me or anything. I'm just really curious what his mindset was, because I'm like, you went over and above. Like, that was extra. Yeah. Joel, what were your thoughts on this season as a whole?
Another great season. I mean, I loved the first season, and I got to know more about it than I ever did, because I only watched the movie like once, and I barely remembered it. So,
I've never seen the movie.
It's funny, Trevon, because I remember we told you about the movie. The thing that's funny about the movie is it's nowhere near as gay.
I asked y'all that. That's what stopped me from watching it. I asked y'all
because we tried to tell you it had 3 of the biggest, straightest actors in Hollywood, very young, by the way, at the time. They weren't going to come off as gay at that time. No, not at all, man. Not at all.
Don't play these characters.
I don't disagree. But in Hollywood at that time, you could get away with it, because who was going to argue it? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Today, you can't. But back then, yeah.
It's nowhere near as gay. But I will say, I got to learn, again, more about the story and the character. And I always thought it was a little weird, because I'm like, I know that Lestat lived on further from, obviously I watched the other movies. So I was like, I didn't remember him being this evil. Maybe I don't remember it. Like, I'm like, this guy's a fucking monster. I'm like, this is crazy. What happens that he changed? Because I swear he's not the same guy later. I'm like, so man, I'm like, maybe they're just changing it up, or maybe this is more accurate. Maybe they were fucking around before. I have no idea, because I know very little. But I'm still very intrigued by the universe as a whole. But this has been really enlightening. I really liked her portrayal of vampires, that even though she's taken it pretty far now. The older you get, they add powers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird. Maybe it's a little too much, but overall, I think the characters are really cool, interesting. And the show's been great, honestly. It's just the actors are great. I'm actually looking forward to the spin-offs, even though Mayfair Witches hasn't worked out like we wanted it so far. Maybe the second season's better.
Maybe.
We'll see. And then, of course, I cannot remember the other spin-off they're working on, but I'm very excited about that one, because I know
Telemasca,
yes,
right?
look at this Telemasca. And they deal with vampires, werewolves, and witches, so it's like let's go. I'm ready.
And that just makes me so excited. Just that we see more creatures.
Right. I
Then,
want to see
yeah.
werewolves because I don't know how
Yeah.
the werewolves are. Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember them being in any of the things I've seen, and I haven't read the book, so I don't know. So I'm looking forward to that.
And I want to see what AMC allows their budget to be. Because when you do vampires, you don't have to have like this big, enormous budget. You just do fangs and then let your audience know they're a vampire. But with a werewolf, and as it should be with witches, and you utilizing their powers, we should see a lot more visual effects. Um, obviously with turning into a werewolf or the witches utilizing their powers. And what I would like to see them do, is showcase the difference between how the witches use their abilities and how the vampires use theirs. Because the vampires kind of just use it nonchalantly, right? Like it's kind of just like be gone and like they just fall back, or like when Louis wants to like flicker a flame, it's just very nonchalant, right? It's like no effort. So it's like witches can kind of do the same thing, right? So it's like, how do you show it in a way that showcases to your audience, this is what witches can do, period. This is what vampires can do, period. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't look the same. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to see how they do that and how much AMC puts into it to make it like a really big thing.
I wanna, since you say that,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we could talk about this really quick.
Yeah, go ahead. It's the witching hour. Go ahead. What else we got?
All right, so yeah, right here. So
Okay.
AMC did not develop, but they did. But now it's on their service. Came out in January, but now it's on AMC Plus. So good so far. I've watched 2 episodes. She is a witch. Now they're the actual witches. Like she'll wave her hand and change something. They'll, it's actual witch shit. Which I do enjoy about this. But what interesting about her is to stay alive, she has to take the energy from others. So she literally sucks the life out of these men. And then it be like she'll start bleeding and stuff if she doesn't take their energy. So I don't know what happens if she goes too far, like doesn't like without interchanging for a long time. But there's a coven of witches that notice her, and one of them's trying to like help her, but the other ones are trying to be like, is she dangerous? Is she using the dark magic or whatever? And they're talking of like kind of like elders that are around that like are supposed to control magic. It's like a whole world built. So I really do like what they're doing with this show so far. Yeah, she is. She is. She doesn't want to do it, but she has to. So it's interesting. But she picks like asshole men to do it too. She does find a guy she like, and she gets real desperate. so yeah. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. They're summoning ancestors. She actually has like actual energy that comes out, like stuff with different things like that. It's actual a witch show, which I'm really enjoying so far. But yeah, I know you guys haven't watched it, but yeah, I'm very happy I found this show.
Yeah, no, that's curious. I hope they don't go the route of doing any of these spinoffs on AMC Plus exclusively. Just because not many people I see on social media talk about AMC Plus, and I don't want you to start to get into the ratings game where you're like, all right, no one's really watching it here, I'm going to cancel it. Like, put it on AMC. People that have AMC Plus can see it early, like at midnight or whatever. But put it on actual AMC, give it life, promote it, like really put flames underneath this because you're world building, right? So it's like you didn't really do all that much promo for Interview with a Vampire. It just exploded. But now it's where it gets risky, right? Because you can't assume that everyone's going to want to follow where your breadcrumbs lie. So it's like definitely enhance everything. Your promotion of it, where you're putting it, the time slot you're putting it at. Like I don't know what Interview of a Vampire's numbers have been doing against House of Dragon, but I know it's not smart to to have it come. Like, luckily for you, it ended very early in, House of Dragon's, comeback. That's just not a show you can put it up against. So just be smart about a lot of your maneuvering with these shows, because I want this universe to last for a long time. I don't know these books. I barely remember the original Interview with the Vampire. I hadn't gone back and watched it once I started this show, because I'm like, I kind of think this show feels more organic, right? It feels realer than the movie did for me. So I'm like, this is opening me up into a whole new universe I've never explored before. So I'm like, continue this. Keep this going. This has legs, like long legs. So just make sure you do right by it, because Anne Rice could be your Shonda Rhimes. So definitely don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Make sure this works out. Yeah. And Domino Day, text me that, Trevon, so I can remember that. Okay. Because last time when I was like, yeah, I'm going to watch it, I ended up watching Supercell. So I didn't get into it. And then I got hooked on Supercell. And I'm like, when Joel said that, Joel was like, look, Juwaan forgot. And I'm like, forgot what? I'm like, oh, shit, Trevon did mention that show. He did. Forgot. But no, so I'm very excited about what this season was, what we're gonna get going forward. Look, I'm now turning into Trevon. If season 3 don't drop tomorrow, I'm done with it. I don't want it. It's never happening.
We're gonna have to while probably.
If the spinoffs or the 3rd season doesn't air tomorrow, it ain't happening, and I'm done. I'm through. I'm moving on. I'm done with it. But all right. Anything else with the Anne Rice universe, Trevon, we missed?
No. Since you mentioned Supercell, do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, we can go into Supercell. We can let Acolyte breathe a little bit. We can go into Supercell, because I don't want Supercell to get buried.
You didn't
what, Joel?
I didn't finish it.
Where did you leave off at, so we know where to stick around?
Midway.
How many episodes were there?
We'll just talk about it generally, then.
That's fine, but how many episodes were there?
6.
So 3? You're at 3 or 4?
I think I'm at 3. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Trevon. Let's keep it like super brief, because I don't want us to get too excited and we say the wrong shit.
Oh, I'm glad he told me that, because I was going straight to one part.
I was gonna go very much to the very ending, so I am also glad he said that. Also, mentally, I wasn't prepared to do it here, so it all worked out. Because the later we went, Joel might have forgot, and then we started spoiling shit. He's like, whoa, hey. No, I don't know.
I definitely would have.
Supercell.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it might have been in the midst of a conversation, then we flipped to it, and we didn't give you a chance to say something that we went right into a spoiler. But anyway, Supercell, beautiful show. I swear to God, the lingo I don't understand. I had to listen to Central C a little bit, see if I can maybe get some slang from Central C. I have a sister that's Jamaican. Had to talk to her a little bit, see what I was missing out on that a little bit. But this show is great. It really is, and I'll definitely say when they get greenlit. Let me put positivity into the air for Supercell. When they get greenlit for a season 2, I do need Netflix to take this show more seriously and give it a better budget, because it very much seemed like a fan-made kind of project that Netflix enhanced a little bit and then put out. Again, that's not me knocking them at all. They did a phenomenal job, but I'm like Trevon. I'm a fantastical guy. I want to see you do crazy shit and look a little better.
Now, I think it's a little better than now the fan made. I get what you're saying. I get the idea.
It had a fan made. I feel like
they did very well with it, though.
That's what I'm saying. It's not me knocking them. Yeah, it's not me knocking them. Good. They didn't fail or do bad or anything. It's just it had a fan made feel. Is what I'm trying to say. And again, I've seen plenty of fan made shit that was great. That Darth Maul fan made fucking movie was amazing. Even the Power Rangers one that we saw, that fan-made one, was great. So fan-made shit isn't a knock. It just didn't seem like Netflix believed in it enough to give it like a substantial budget for them to really go crazy with it. But this is a great start. And for all the people that keep crying about You're tired of Marvel and DC. This is something new. Watch it, support it, so we can get more different shit like this.
Yeah.
Because everyone behind it is just so good. And the last thing I'm gonna say, Trevon, that I really appreciated was there wasn't really any overacting. There wasn't. There wasn't really any overacting, and that was my fear with a cast full of people I've never seen before, except for one guy that me and Joel know from BMF.
Oh, okay.
One of the guys is from BMF. Outside of that, never seen anybody else from this show ever. So that was my fear, is that it would overact a little bit and kind of take me out of it, but it launched me right into it. I was stuck from episode 1. What were your thoughts on the season as a whole, or however you want to break it down? Your thoughts on this season?
Yeah, like you said, it is beautiful. I enjoy seeing all these black people with powers. I'm sorry, that's just the first thing that stuck out to me. I was like, this is awesome. And then the story, I like that each character had their own reasons or ways their powers were being used.
For you, Trevon.
What is it about? I think I said the post. It's about what is it? East London, Black East Londoners, I believe. They all get powers out of nowhere. They don't know where it came from. They explain it in the show. The name gives it away once you figure it out. But yeah, it's there's a reason why it's black people as well. But yeah, it's them getting powers, and then they're finding out that someone wants them. Someone's coming after them. Something happens in the future that one of the characters is trying to prevent. That's all. I don't want to. I mean, yeah. Just watch it. You'll find out what that is in the first episode.
Yeah, no. If Joel's on episode 3, you've said everything that Joel knows. Yeah, you've said everything that he knows. You didn't go any further than that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do enjoy. Each character has their own identity. They aren't, I don't know, cookie cutter, I guess you could say. I enjoy each one of them has a really kind of a serious storyline, each one of them. And I enjoy seeing the different perspectives. Because I understand each one of them, why they use the powers the way they use them. Y'all hear I talk about powers? some of the ways they're using them, I might have used them that way. But
I can say, Trevon, we just did shout out to the chatter after Mike, Didge, and Jamie. We were just talking about Wally West, were we not?
Yeah, we were.
Did we not get a Wally West feel from a certain somebody in this show?
Yeah.
I felt like I did. I was like, you might be it, kid. Like, I'm liking what you're doing. This is cool. I like it. So I'm like, that was the first thing I thought of. Like, I wouldn't be against it. I'm liking him. I'm really, really, really liking him.
And if you know me, there's something that happens in here that I always talk about that I love with superheroes. So I was very happy when I saw that. But yeah, that's in the first episode. So yeah,
absolutely. They just did such a great job. What was can you just grab that for me real quick, Trevon, the showrunner? I want to give him a shout out.
Ratman. It's on the poster.
Ratman? I can't see it. Oh, Ratman. Sorry. Yes, Ratman. Shout out to Ratman. Phenomenal job. Oh, I was going to pass to you, Joel. I didn't know if you needed a second. 3 episodes in so far. How you liking it?
Really good. I'm really, really digging it. It's different enough, and it's not like it's a super original, but I can't lie. I probably daydreamed about stuff like this in my life in the past. So like having something that I've definitely had and come up in my head. Happy like them doing it very similarly is pretty cool. I do think it's a pretty cool, well done. I like that it's in London, and it's very a different type of British than what we're used to, because it's not like as proper. And I like everybody has different accents too. Not everybody sounds the same. Everyone's a little different. And you get to see a different side of things, because I'm not used to seeing that side, and I see a lot of British television. So it's like, it's cool to see that side of it. And I do like the way they use their abilities. I do like the story thus far. I'm curious to see how it ends, even though we kind of had a glimpse of how a possible ending So I'm like, yeah, all good. I hope it does well enough to continue because I want to see more.
I definitely want to see more. I definitely want to see. I can't even say that because that might even be somewhat of a spoiler. But no,
I'm holding it back
I
so
really,
hard.
yeah, no. I mean, what I was about to say isn't a spoiler, but I don't know. I just don't want to
Don't
say
say
it and
it.
then put something in Joel's head. But no, I really appreciate what they did with this. And you know what I love the most is, you know how we always have this argument anytime we talk to people about making Bruce Wayne black or Peter Parker black, and it's like, oh, you can't do that. I love that this story gives you a reason as to why your cast has to be predominantly, if not 100% black.
Yeah.
It's not just a thing to do, right? Like it's a reason for it. So I definitely appreciate that for them, taking the extra mile, because you didn't have to. You could just, I wanted to make them black, right? But you have a reason
honestly,
as to why.
when the first show started, I thought it was gonna be. You remember how Black Lightning, how people got their powers or whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I kind of thought they were going with at first. And I was like, oh, they're not. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was a delight because you don't usually get that. So that was a delight to see, and I'm like, that's really smart. I mean, it sucks when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, god damn, should I get checked out? But I'm like, it was genius how they did it. It was very smart, very well done, and I'm very proud of everybody that had something to do with this show. And I hope it gets the big boost that it deserves. Because this is the type of thing, Netflix, if you're listening, you can make into an IP. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can create your own IP here. This is something truly, truly, truly special. Truly special. Yeah. And it's so fun, Trevon, because I know this might be a little hard for you to hear, but this is kind of how I want the world of Static Shock to feel, where it's grounded. You know what I'm saying? Not super fantastical. I kind of want it to feel kind of grounded like this. Like, this feels gritty. You know what I'm saying? But it still feels fun. It still feels like it could be a fun universe to explore, but it's very much gritty. It's gritty. It's its own thing. It feels very authentic to where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I saw this and I'm like, I kind of like the feel of this. I'd like Static to kind of feel like this a little bit. So they just did a really great job. Shout out to you guys. And if Joel's done by next week, we'll give it a full breakdown for you guys. Because I do want to go over everything, because there's so much to go over in this show. I want to give a huge shout out to Trevon, because I did see this trailer, but it was kind of one of those, like, okay, I'll check it out at some point. But when Trevon was like,
it's good,
I was like, all right, let me watch it real quick. I'm like, oh shit, I like it. Like, this is really good. So shout out to the entire team. Shout out to Trevon. All right. Let's go to Acolyte.
All right.
Did we do Acolyte last week? We did, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think we did. Right? Okay. Just because remember, there were some shows we didn't do. So I just want to make sure we're not skipping anything. Okay, so we did Interview with a Vampire that we didn't do last week. We did Supercell. Okay, just deleting these off as I go. Okay. All right. So episode, was this 4, 5?
5, I think.
5, right?
I don't even know.
Let me see. First episode was they killed the Jedi Master. Second one was finding the sister. The third one.
This was episode 6.
Yeah.
Episode 6?
This was episode 6.
Out of how many?
Right.
8. Right? Isn't it 8?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let me see. Let me make sure of that.
Yeah, double check that for me.
I'm sure it's 8. Yes, 8.
All right. Episode 6 of Acolyte, guys. By the name of the episode, it was.
I agree. I've been saying this. Yeah, I agree.
This episode, by its name alone, was very deceitful. It definitely was supposed to lead you one way, but narratively led you another. This is a cool episode, I guess. I swear to God, they look like they're in this scene here. It looked like they were exactly where Rey went when she went to go find Luke. This is the first thing I thought was, it's the same planet. I swear to God, it kind of looks similar. But episode overall was fine. I mean, I didn't have any issues at all. Nothing to complain about. Nothing that bothered me or anything against Star Wars lore or anything. It was a fine episode. It felt like a what do they call it? A filler. It felt like a filler. It felt like there was nothing in this episode that if I went into episode 7, I'm drastically missing out on. So it just felt like a filler. Again, I know when people hear filler, they think it's like a negative. It's not. Sometimes in 8 episodes, you kind of have one of those days off kind of episodes. You know what I'm saying? Some shows don't. Some shows are full throttle all the way through. Some shows are kind of just like for The Boys. I think last season, what was the episode where Frenchie and Kimiko were like going through the clinic or whatever, and they were like in this like musical and shit? I swear to God that I look back on that episode, I'm like,
any and all musical episodes are filler.
I didn't really need to see that episode. Wait, bring that comment up, Trevon. I didn't expect to have a whip. I thought the villain would. It was the first time we saw a saber whip was in the book, and it was Sith. Oh yeah, again, there's a lot when it comes to Star Wars today that
I've never heard of a saber whip until this.
I can tell you there's not many. It's not really canon anymore, that's why. But I can tell you there's not many things you'll probably see in live action Star Wars that's not been explored in a book somewhere. It's just that a lot of the books are not canon. They don't exist, right? They happen, but they don't exist. So that's why when you see it here in live action, a lot of people are going crazy because it is new to them. But if you read the books, a lot of stuff has happened before. It's why they have the freedom to do what they do in Star Wars, is because the books aren't canon, right? It's why Filoni was able to go pull in Thrawn. Thrawn wasn't canon. Thrawn was just the books. So you're going to see a lot of creators in Star Wars going forward that have freedoms to take things that people know canonically are supposed to be back then or supposed to be here, that they're bringing into whatever time frame they want, because it's not canon. They can do whatever they want with it. And I think people need to start understanding that you can't hold it to the timelines or the restraints that the books did, because they're not canon. You know what I'm saying? They're making the events canon, but the books themselves are not canon. Therefore, it does not exist. They can do whatever they want. It's why what you're about to get with Thrawn versus Ahsoka and the Rebels, that's supposed to be Thrawn versus Luke and Leia and Han, but you're getting it versus Ahsoka and the Rebels. Why? Because you can do that. None of that shit is canon. So, you really just do what you want. But again, like I said, I had no issue with this episode. My only issue, my only concern is they're just beating a dead horse. Clearly, Saul knows what happened to their parents, and it wasn't an accident. They were murdered. Whether they were murdered by Saul, they were murdered by the Jedi, and it was a cover-up, whatever it is, clearly it's something. And they just keep putting it right in the center of these episodes and then just circling around it and then just kicking it to the very next episode. And it's like, you're kind of stripping it. So by the time Saul actually does tell it, you're kind of just like, 8 episodes, dog. Like, 8 episodes, you kept, oops, I forgot to tell you, my bad. Like, it's just a little annoying. I was telling Joel, a show called The Blacklist did that, the same thing. It had a big secret, and they drug that fucking secret out as long as they could. They just kept kicking the can down the road. But outside of that, great. Didn't really get anything else from this episode, really. Maybe, what's her name here? Might turn into the Sith, and Asha might turn to the Jedi. Might have a flip-flopper here. Who knows?
I mean, May was Asha.
May. Yeah, whatever. Fuck ever. I can't remember who's who at this point. They look the same now. So it's like exactly the same now. Hair and everything. So that'd be a nice surprise for like a finale to where one of them dies, but you don't know who. Right? You don't know who died. could be the one that's attached to the dark side. Could be the good one. You know. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Before I pass it to you, Trevon, let me see. The plot was just cock-blocking us with what Saul wanted to say when the ship turned on before he was going to say it. I was pissed. Yeah, man, because it's just like every time he gets ready to say it, they're just like, nah. But all right, Trevon, how'd you feel on this episode?
Yeah, I don't know what Juwaan talking about. I love this episode.
Yeah, didn't say I didn't like it. Just want to make that
I read dry.
I didn't say I didn't like it.
You read dry the way you talk about this episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I like it because she's getting tempted. He's basically like, go ahead, kill me. Do it. Let me see. Like it's very much like you want to be evil, but you can't. Come on, do it. And so that's why he tempts her to put on that mask. And I'm just like, I'm assuming it's gonna like unlock her innate ability or ability she's suppressing. So I'm excited to see what that's like. Yes, the video it was also hot. I enjoyed the flirting as well. Yes, I did. I enjoyed.
I will say,
Premiere.
as I was first watching it,
love it.
The scene where he was coming out of the water. I watched it. She looked down like 6 times. I'm like, just say something. I'm like, like at this point, let him know how you feel. Like, you think he don't see you looking down? Like,
no, he see it. He do it on purpose. He know what he doing.
He did stand there butt ass naked for like a good 2 minutes. He started getting dressed.
I live for that.
He pulled up on her like, yeah, you see it. You see it. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that. And Soul is just, I agree with the Soul thing. He's just annoying at this point. It's like, you're just stalling. Just go ahead and say what you did. Yeah, I killed everybody. What you would do about it? Like, just go ahead and say it. At this point, when he does say it, I'm gonna be like, I don't care.
Well, no, it's not even. Let me be. It's not even a thing of not caring. It's a thing of once he says it, if it is that, it's not a shock anymore. You've drug it out so long. That's our only assumption is that you murdered them, right? So unless he comes out with some shit like, no, May did it, then it's like, oh, okay, that's crazy, or like, you know, or some shit like that. But if he comes out and says he did it, yeah, man, that's what everyone's starting to piece together.
If he doesn't say that, I'm be confused because the way that guy killed himself, it just very guilty. And I was like, so you did something. So you can't just blame it on to her with that fire. You started a fire. I was like, that fire didn't do all this.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, if everybody keep dying that was part of that shit, I'm damn sure blaming it on the dead people. You serious? Who the fuck's gonna say it didn't happen? They did.
Soul gave us their blame for killing all these people. They're like, Soul was one of the power brothers to do it. And I was like, come on, y'all. Now,
well, to be fair, Trevon, remember that's the only plausible outcome they have because in their mind,
right,
in their mind, there is no Sith. There's no Sith, so it's like there's no way an evil person did this shit. And Saul didn't help by turning off communications right when they're like, okay, we're gonna come help you. And he's like, nah. So he didn't help himself. So.
Yeah, she should have. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying this episode. This is one of the episodes I had more, other than the one where they're fighting and stuff. This is one of the more episodes I enjoyed more. For me. So.
And your reasonings are so disgusting.
You look good. I don't know what to tell you.
I do want to give you credit, though. You did go through all the actual reasons why you like the episode, but none of them were the actual reason why you like the episode. So I at least appreciate you trying to cover it.
The core memory is him. Yeah.
Right, yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate the lies. But, Joel, what were your thoughts on this episode?
It was good. It was another good episode. I just thought, maybe it was just me, but it felt like it ended so quickly.
All of them feel like that shit.
Yeah,
like, in that album one where he showed up.
For me, this one ended faster for me. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. I'm like, wow, that was over already. That was quick. um, it was. I don't know. It was. It's just. I've liked how this story is being told. I guess. The temptation from the dark side. Now I know. Like I like turned towards Osha,
Mhm.
and then May. Now Soul looks so sus. Now I can't. Like it's hard to like. It's hard to like be completely fooled if he comes out and says, "Yeah, I did it. It's me. I'm the mastermind now." Because like it just now everything seems to be pointing towards that, right?
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, maybe it's not that. Like it's just too on the nose. Um, so I am curious what the fuck he does have to say. What are we missing from that night? Because obviously there's a lot of uh, question marks about how that night ended, and they feel fucking guilty as hell. So I'm like, all right, what is going on here? And like I feel like we still haven't gotten any answers. So it's like more questions or lingering questions. We had a whole episode of like not filling in those gaps. Um, but you know, aside from that, I did enjoy seeing what's your name, the Jedi Master, the purple whip,
I don't know.
No.
bro.
I don't remember.
Real-
Swear to God, I feel like I saw it twice.
Purple whip lady. Let me
We're
look it
gonna
up.
call her Purple Whip Lady. BJV will find it if Trevon doesn't.
She's
I better come up.
it's Ro or something like that.
Purple whip
I don't know how to
lady.
pronounce it. Something with an R.
Roa. RWOH. Yeah.
Ro.
Vernestra Roa.
Vanessa Ro, whatever. She
Whatever.
she's it was cool seeing that lightsaber. That seemed pretty cool. I do like seeing old like where what is that again? That planet there at Coruscant?
Yeah, that's Coruscant.
Yeah,
That they went to?
do, huh?
No. Their home base is Coruscant.
I like that home base. I like to see how many. What's the like? It's what 100 years. Like, what's the difference? 100 years. Like, aside from like the droids, who seem a little bit different. Like they're a little bit older. They're not mobile.
They're more focile to.
Yeah, they're not like
we
mobile droids
Right.
at least. So it's like I'm curious how the way like how everyone dresses. I try to pay attention to things like that. Like what are the key differences 100 years in the past? Because it's hard when everything is futuristic. So like, how do you translate that?
It looks the same from the outside. Coruscant looks exactly the same as Phantom Menace. It's just the elements of the world itself is what's different 100 years before.
Right. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like I like. That's why when I could see a difference, I like to see it. It's like I want to know what details they did to make it look different. Because you can't tell me it's 100 years and not make it look like it's. There's at least some difference. You know what I mean?
Right.
I can say it because then it looks like it's just anytime.
Because like when you look at our world, right, 100 years ago, you couldn't picture that world having a Tesla. But in Star Wars, 100 years ago, there's not much that you could really, to the audience, visually give us to drastically seem different. So you have to work harder, right? Because it's like spaceships. They had them, they have them now, right? It's like there's not many things really. So you got to work harder.
So it's like that's thousands, 1,000 years?
Right.
So it's like, well, how do you like? How does that work?
Because I'm like, at no point were they riding horses to get from one planet to the other. Yeah, so I'm like,
that far back.
You got to work harder to really showcase what the difference is between 100 years then and now. So,
So yeah, I've enjoyed it. Like, I had a feeling Trevon was gonna melt over Khmer in the water. So I'm like, oh, we'll talk about that a little bit. But she looked good too. Gotta give her credit. She looked good too.
I did want to point out something. Someone did. This is not my thought. I did see someone bring this up. Someone did say if you look at the scar on the stranger's back, you could maybe allude to the fact that what's her name maybe has whipped him with that lightsaber before. Like he's been tortured before.
Save off everyone.
Right.
The only thing with that, but I mean, I would have to see how it's done, I guess, because like I assume like at least a lightsaber whip will go right through you too, like just like a sword. Maybe
no, I'll say it depends because I've seen in Star Wars, in newer Star Wars movies, when you not hit someone, but when you like try to put the lightsaber towards their face, in your mind, not in your mind, I don't mean your mind, Joel, but in most people's minds, the lightsaber should start melting through your cheek, right? But I've seen a lightsaber be used to where it just made a cut. Like it was a cut, right? So I'm like, I don't really know the complexities of these lightsabers because it's like it alters. Because if I put a lightsaber against your face, it should start melting through your cheek, ideally, right?
Yeah.
So if you can use it where it just gives someone a cut, it's like that's not how that should work. Like, how did you do that? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but maybe it wasn't the lightsaber. Maybe it was just torture through other means, but let me make sure I put that out.
It's not a straight line, so
No.
Yeah. The scar on his back we're referring to, audience.
So the whip, for people that have seen whip scars, they're usually straight too.
Actually, hold on, let me see, Trevon, because I think I have a photo of him with the scar. Give me a second. Let me see. I think I have it. Trevon, I did want to shed some more light on something you brought up. Of him saying, yeah, like, go ahead, do it. Like, kill me. The interesting thing about that is the one thing the Sith believe in. The Sith believe in freedom of will, right? So they'll say, here's a lightsaber. You want to kill me? Do it. Either way, you're giving me what I want. You don't kill me? Great. You do kill me, you'll just turn into exactly what I want you to be, right? So it's like the Jedi are more so, no, we have strict rules. You follow these very strict rules. You don't do anything outside of it. There is no freedom of choice. Sith, very much, that's why it's supposed to be alluring, right? Like, you want to be a Sith because look at all this cool shit we can do.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's supposed to be the dichotomy between the two of like, it's the freedom. Hey, are you mad? It's like, yeah, you're mad. You want to take this red lightsaber and go light them up? Do it, right? So it's like, that's why, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, if she tried to kill him, he would have just stopped her. Maybe, but also maybe not. In his mind, he's thinking one or two things. I know her well enough to know she won't do it, or if she does do it, she is now susceptible for me to mold her into exactly what I wanted her to be.
If she did do it, she would have thought about it right after. Like, if she had lit it and it went through him, she would have got real. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can see it.
Because, like, think about this. Before that moment, he even told her, hey, right there is a ship. Go fly away. Leave. You know what I'm saying? Go. Yeah. But you know what she was saying? I saw that thing on him. Hold on a second. Let me play this out a little bit. Like, let me see what's up. See if there's any good in you somewhere. I can maybe sleep with you and not feel bad. Let me see what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely what was on my mind, for sure. Because I'm like, think about it. Because I thought what would have been a better setup to end that episode is if he said, hey, I know what Saul is hiding. I don't know what her actual reason for staying on that planet was. No, but I'm saying he never said it to her. So I don't know why she felt the need to stay on that planet outside of it. You said what, Joel?
Maybe she needs confirmation. Maybe she's just assuming. Maybe she's just assuming that that's what happened. Maybe neither girl knows exactly what happened.
No. That's what I'm saying. He did not allude to he knows what happened that night. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what is keeping her on that planet. I don't know why she's not just leaving. Like, all he did was tell her, hey, I understand what you're going through. The Jedi aren't what you think, right? But he never at any point alluded to, I know what happened the night your parents died. So I'm saying it's not like she's looking for answers. It just seems like she takes some comfort in him. She like feels some kind of safety 100%. Around him or some shit.
Yeah, no, she could have left whenever she wanted because he was letting her go. But something was holding her in, so she's. Well, we know exactly what held her in, but
it's the same thing that would have kept Trevon on the plane.
But there were other things.
Well, I wasn't even thought of leaving.
Trevon would have handed the lightsaber back and said, "Oh no, I'm not here to fight.
We good.
I'm not here to fight." Trevon would have hit him with we could do this the easy way, or we could do this the hard way. But this is happening. So
look at that bag. Ooh.
Okay, so that's the back scar, and that's obviously what the whip looks like. Mm-hmm. So just for anyone that wanted to see it. The end of the Sith code is Force shall free me, freedom to do whatever the fuck I want. Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
yes.
Exactly.
Yes, I will say The Strangers is really carrying this show for me because The Stranger is picking right up where, emotionally Kylo left me before, turned bitch and everything. But anyway, I love Kylo with all my heart. So I'm like, he's kind of picking up that torch and carrying it. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm good as long as he's here. So as long as he's here, or you give me something better, I'm always gonna be here. I love Sith. So for me, this is great. I just think it ended weird. Her putting on the helmet and just breathing. I'm like,
I mean,
He said it's
all
gonna
right.
block her, so she'll just be her and the Force. So
yeah.
it'll unlock her.
Interesting. I thought that was hilarious because he made it very clear to her. There's nothing to unlock. It's not gone. You have it. You've not practiced it, so you forgot how to utilize it. But it's not gone. Like you didn't lose it. I always, anytime I think back to the idea of shutting off the Force, I always think back to Ahsoka. It was like Ahsoka hadn't really practiced being a Jedi in years, or really utilizing the Force all that much. But she never shut herself off. It's why she could re-access it as soon as she needed to.
You just get rusty.
Right. That's it. That's what it is.
Not
right.
rusty,
Seeing Homeboy's body out of the water just made me think the Sith training is no joke, which is why he destroyed all the Knights and Padawans. It is. It's so funny though because DJV, you'll know this more so than Trevon and Joel, but Sith around this timeline didn't believe in the art of swordsmanship. They didn't find the use of it. So in the novels, being a swordsman was not something that anyone cared about as far as a Sith. It's why when you see Palpatine in Clone Wars taking on Ventress in Maul in Savage, he took swordsmanship seriously. He wanted to be a great swordsman with a lightsaber. And you see the work that was put into it. But let's not act like Sith workout. You're not going to tell me Palpatine was cut. Like, you're not telling me Palpatine's old ass had abs at any point. No, I mean, like I said, it's just going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. Like I said, this show is definitely an episode by episode thing for them. They don't have me enough to where I'm like, it's the long haul. It's just very much, what do you do each episode that I go, oh, okay, great. That was awesome. Right. So this week is a lot of the dialogue for me with The Stranger. That was really interesting to me. I'm curious how much of the Sith code he actually knows. And the other part was just, like I said, seeing how this all plays out. Joel, Trevon, you guys got anything else for the Acolyte?
No. Excited to see how they end it. 2 more episodes.
Say still Vader in the beginning that Sith only use sabers to mock the Jedi with their. Yes, that is what the Sith believed in. That was part of the Sith, not the Sith code, but how the Sith went about themselves. Lightsaber was supposed to mock the Jedi. They feel it's why when you guys watch Trevon, when you watch Sidious in those technically they were earlier movies, but the later movies canonically, you don't really see him use a lightsaber. What do you see him use? Force lightning. Why? You don't use lightsabers. You don't really use lightsabers. Only reason Vader was so beholden to his lightsaber was, man, it was cut off. I think 50% of him was cut off from the Force. So like a lot of Vader needed to be, I kill you with my lightsaber. I can't really access all that power I would have had my body not burned to a crisp. So that's very much exactly DJV how the Sith feel. It's to mock the Jedi. Only a few Sith really took the art of swordsmanship seriously. It was like Maul, Sidious, apparently now the Stranger, but most people didn't really give a fuck about lightsabers. All right, let's move on. Let's see what we got here. All right, Trevon. No. I'll make you wait on that one. We're going to House of Dragons first. This is going to be short and sweet for me. Lesson learned. next group of people that have kids, stop naming them the same fucking names. It's not that hard to see how that shit was confusing. It's not really that hard. It's not that hard.
She wasn't confused.
No. She was willfully ignorant.
Yes.
But again, it's like if my dad's name is Juwaan and I'm Juwaan, right? But you say Juwaan first of his name, you make it very obvious who you're referring to. But in my mind, I just heard Juwaan. I don't know what else came after that. I heard Juwaan. But and see, I know the other Juwaan's you. And the other Juwaan is my son. You met my son. Simple. Yeah, she believed what she wanted also, to.
Her hearing that and realize who her son is should have automatically told her he ain't talking about
him. No, yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. But let's not play around here, okay? She knew if she actually followed her husband's wishes, she'd have no power. Right? So in her mind, you said, bruh.
What power she got now? Shit.
Her son is her power.
Dang,
she can wield her son. She can wield her son.
No, she cannot.
Yes, she can.
He ain't listening to a damn thing she's saying.
That's what you think. Let her actually want some shit done. It'll get done. She brought her brother in from God knows where.
Did you not see what happened at that table?
I know exactly what happened at that table, but you got to remember, at that table, it is very much at that time.
If Kristen gets killed, she's back in power. If Kristen get killed,
that's fair.
Back in power. Right now, her ass to the back burner.
If Aegon's name was Aaron, none of this would have happened. But I loved when what's her name was like, I'm sorry, what did he say exactly? And she's like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, bitch, now you know. Now you know he ain't mean your goddamn son. And then she looked at her and was like, yeah, duh, bitch. But like, I wanted the power. Like, I didn't want you to have it.
And then she realized it, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't make a mistake." No, you thought about, bitch. I can't change it.
She did. No. She thought to herself, "Did I fuck up?"
No, she said she knew she fucked up, but she knows she can't fix shit. She has no power right now. Right. Nothing. She has nothing right now.
You know what it was, Trevon? You know what it was? You know what? I'll give that to you. You know what she thought in that moment? She said, "Fuck, I don't have any power." But bitch, I'll be damned if I let you have it. Right. Fuck it.
I'll let my son die with it. I don't want you to know that I have no influence either.
Right, 100%.
Yeah.
That was hilarious to watch that play out, where she had that aha moment where she was like, bitch, I've been telling you my dad said me. She was like, yeah, no, maybe you're right. I know. Fuck it. No. No. How about that, bitch? Go home. No.
I'm safe right now because my son is in power.
100%. First of all, you know the first thing she's thinking, this bitch will kill me if I let her become queen. She will. That first thing she'll do is kill me and my son.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, she's like, no, fuck all that. No.
Right in the dungeon, bitch.
She said, nah.
You ain't gonna be in that room fucking Christmas.
Hell nah. No. No, but no, I love this episode, man. House of Dragons. I'm sorry. I swear to God, House of Dragons is the greatest written show I've ever seen ever. It's like the dialogue should not be. You know what it seems? You know what it's like? It's like gossip. That's what it is. I don't gossip, but goddamn, do I love when they do it in House of Dragons. It's just nothing but gossip. It's just gossip and shit.
What's a gossip, girl?
Don't try to tempt me, okay? Messy. I don't like gossip in general. Messy. I'm just saying House of Dragons is a really good way of doing it. But no, great episode. I loved it. I'm going to be honest with you. I was very disappointed in that Black girl. I'm sorry. You see your enemy in the woods, you burn the woods down. You deal with the consequences later. Burn the woods down. Burn them down. Fuck it. What? Was you going to be mad you took out the enemies that was trying to come kill us? Okay, you're welcome, bitch. Right? Burning the whole fucking forest down. Give a fuck. Gone.
What was that forest connected to, though?
I don't give a fuck.
It could have burned.
Smokey the Bear could have been. Winnie the Pooh. Everybody could have been in that fucking forest. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Y'all thought the forest makes y'all safe? All gone. Burned. Crisp. Done.
I honestly thought she was going to do that when she came down. I thought she was about to say it.
Trevor, I'm sorry. You know what? I think it's your influence on me. At this point, I'm like, what's the point of having a dragon if you're not using it? Okay? It's not just there to ride. You got to kill some motherfuckers, okay? That's the point of having a dragon.
That's,
Kill them.
That's budget, Juwaan.
Just
Can't be doing all
saying.
that.
Just saying. You're a bad influence. Enough out of you.
She should have
Too
said
much
it.
for me.
She should have said it.
But
flying close. You could have got her with the fire.
you damn sure could have, especially as they were riding into the
could have got them.
fire. It would have got at least 3 of them.
Yeah.
3 less.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joel, you don't like all the pettiness and dragons should have been killing motherfuckers that we do. But how did you like this episode?
I mean, I like the whole show. I like everything they do in the show. I just don't find joy in murder. I guess, like y'all. But
I don't know what the point of having a dragon is if you're not murdering people with it. What's the point?
I get it. I just
ride a horse. Go ride a horse. If transportation is what you need, go ride a horse.
I
got a dragon?
I didn't think about it. She chose to let it go. Fine.
Would you have let them go?
I don't know. Well, riding a dragon, I'm happy actually.
Joel he would have said Dracar Noir, whatever the fuck, to start lighting these motherfuckers up. Don't play, Joel. You would have set that whole forest on fire. Don't play.
I definitely didn't think about it when that happened. I'm like, I gotta wait. It was good. I mean, again, I feel like if I could say this every next show, whatever we talk about next, I'm gonna say the same thing again. It's a good episode. Not much to
don't make that. So that's
not the best at reviewing things. I just I believe Aegon is the second of his name in this.
Yeah.
So the second time they've used that name because Aegon is the original.
Right.
Targaryen. Even though I believe there's actually an Aegon before that, but they like to disown him. It's weird. Trying to remember what happened in this episode. Aside from the ending, because that's obviously the most memorable part.
Well, then focus on that. Then what stood out to you in that ending?
I'm trying to like what else happens. Like,
they sent the girl away with the kids and the egg.
They did. She was very upset about that. Damon took over Harrenhal, right? When no one was there, he was like, "What the fuck?" He got to be dead. Damon was seeing shit. He's starting to lose it. He's
losing in there.
I don't know what's going on with him. He's kind of bugging. I do like Damon a little bit though. He's fucking psycho.
Damon's my favorite.
Damon's insane. And then of course, I give Rhaenyra credit for doing what she did. To sneak in like that. She could have stabbed that bitch. She really wanted to.
Also, don't forget, Joel. We got a fun cameo of Millie.
Yeah, young Rhaenyra. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you said that. I'm sorry. I thought you just said Rhaenyra. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, Damon saw a young Rhaenyra. That's I mean, like
sewing up the head.
Yeah, right. That was sick.
That was yuck.
I was like, oh, that's Supergirl. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't think we'd see her again. I'm like, that's dope.
I mean,
I did not expect that.
It was nice seeing her. And maybe it's him showing remorse in his own way. I don't know. He did corrupt that girl.
Feeling guilt.
There is guilt.
He groomed her. Yeah, let's not say corrupted. Let's say the word we need to say. He groomed her.
This is also a family that likes to mingle in their own.
No, yeah. Within them, no, it's not abnormal, but it's very weird what he did.
It's not that just that he groomed her. He groomed his niece.
Yeah, that's even worse. Yeah,
it's even worse.
It's like he doubled down on gross.
And it was pretty much accepted. It was fun. It was fun.
Yeah, they were like, all right, cool.
She was down after the fact. Fuck it. Even though he did have kids and she had kids before they hooked up, like officially hooked up. Because they obviously hooked up in the past.
She had kids, they had kids, and all their kids looked the same.
It is funny. No, it's funny because her kids look nothing like their father. And Damon's kids look like their mother. Like, wait, so your kids don't look nothing like Targaryen. So y'all start having kids. Yeah, which I believe they do have one, right? I forget.
Yeah, they have one together. No,
they have at least.
Did you have one together?
The baby, right?
I think the baby. I think they do have one. I think they have more later, but I believe they have at least one now. But yeah, I mean it's a whole fucking mess, and I love it. And I love the Game of Thrones universe as an IP. So I'm very excited to see it continue because now shit seems like it's about to go down. Because now I think the gloves are off. No more bullshit. we go to war.
Yep.
She can't stop it. She tried to stop it. Look, and this chick knows she can't stop it. Like I would if I could. It's too far. This fucking one. I can't talk about it now. So,
and it's funny because you can't really blame either side, right? Because like if I did not just lose a grandson, I maybe would fight to get this war to stop, right? Now that you done drawn the first blood, again in their mind, you drew the first blood. It's a wrap, dog. Death is coming. Death is on its way for everybody. Everybody getting this shit. So I'm like, you kind of can't blame her. But then on the other end, it's like, think about how she lost her kid. The dragon just, no. Did you think they weren't going to get any retaliation? You thought they were just going to go, all right, yeah, no, I got plenty of kids. Cool.
She said,
no.
They're like an eye for a body, or a body for an eye. Like, wait.
Right?
That is not even at all.
She's like, you took his eye, so we murdered your kid. It's like, no problem. We cut your kid's head off. So, we just keep going.
Now we're even.
The problem
this
is
show is sick as hell.
they
ahead,
killed
Trevon.
the kid of somebody that wasn't stable to begin with.
Right.
That is very true. That is very true.
King, he's not stable already. So,
which is weird because he did show moments of humility, moments of
she had him under control before
Right.
this. When this
Yes.
happened, this was it.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
they're
hand
very-
and her had him under control.
Those
But
kids
now-
were always bad news from the beginning.
But to be fair, those kind of kids, they're always looking for a way to show themselves, right? So if it wasn't that, it would have been someone called him a name and he wanted to showcase his strength and was willing to go to war. It's always something with those pompous assholes.
Look, that's why he put Cole as the hand now, right? So he just
Right.
has the yes man basically.
Until he find out Cole was fucking his mom, then he's like, all right,
pretty sure.
yeah, you're dead.
That's gonna be
I'm pretty sure.
Can't wait till that's spilled. Let me tell him.
Juwaan, you know what Trevon's gonna do? Trevon's gonna say, you know what? He was sleeping with your mom. What? He's to die. Trevon's like, let me
I ain't
handle
saying
Let me
sleeping.
handle
He was fucking your mom every night. That's how your
Trevon's gonna
son
say,
died.
let me handle the punishment.
And that's how your son died.
That's where he was.
in
With
there
it.
doing
That's
that.
where he was. With it. Son
Oh wait, hold
had
on. Let me tell you why I hate Cole. Why Cole keep going to everybody in his staff going, and what were you doing that the son wasn't protected?
That
Also,
pissed me
It
off
wasn't
so
my
bad.
job to protect him. I was with the king. What was you doing? Stuff. None of your business. Don't ask me questions. What was you doing? I was chilling with the king. I thought shit was sweet. What was you doing? Eating what? Stuff. Like, Cole a nasty
What's
son of a
gonna happen
bitch. yo.
is that Footman gonna find out.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
That's a wrap.
Oh, he gonna be
Yeah.
mad. Yeah. Watch.
He gonna fuck some shit
He
up.
already mad. That man has something plotted.
He might kill Allison. Shit.
That is very true.
Cole gonna get it first, though.
He wants some of
He
what
might
Cole
kill
got.
both of them.
Yeah, he wants some of what Cole got. He like Cole can't have both
He get
these
it before
chicks.
he
Come
cut her off completely.
He might.
on.
He's
Yo,
a young one.
DJV, you gotta stop calling this man this, bro. You have to
He's
stop.
hysterical.
He's the type of manager that be timing your lunch break. Like, let me eat. You be like, let me have a proper meal after doing my actual job. He did show up in the mess hall and was like, "Why y'all eating? Let's get up. There's work to do." It's like, dog, I'm hungry, dog.
He like, why your cape dirty? I was carrying the body. I don't give a fuck about that shit. Go kill yourself.
Wait, hold on. You know what Cole did, Trevon? Everybody has had a parent that has done this. You ever have a parent that walk in your room, right? And they're like, "Hey, clean your." They look around. They see the rooms. They see the rooms clean as hell. They're like, "Go outside and stare at the sun." It's like, go do something. I'm
He was hyped when he saw that dirty ass cape. He said, "Oh yes."
He was looking
What's
for
that
something.
He was ready. He needed something, something to blame.
Cole said, "Go murder yourself." I'm mad.
He did. He really did. Send that man to his death.
Send him to his, and he said it. He said, "You sending me to my death." No, not if you're good at what you do, bitch. I look exactly like her handler. What are you talking about? It's only been so much I can do here.
And he's right there. So
Yeah, he's like he works right there.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Asshole. But all right, what did you think of this episode, Trevon?
I mean, I enjoyed it.
You didn't get enough of Coochie Cole.
No, I mean his haircut's ugly. So that turned me off immediately. But I'm gonna be honest, the haircut was a mess. I was like, what is that? Grow it back.
Oh
Anyway,
my god.
but I'm just telling the truth. That's what I thought. Renee, that was Brave doing that. Hell no. Doing that. I was like, you crazy as hell, girl. All right.
Yeah.
Now hope you make it back. Damon, God bless. I don't know what's going on with that. I feel like he might lose that dragon because he's losing it in there. They're on their way there. They're gonna ambush him. She's seen them going. At least she saw them walking. So hopefully the news will get to him that hey, they're on the way there. So maybe that's a good thing. I
TJV,
thought it
need
was
Jesus.
funny. What was it? Oh, yeah, I do. Anyway,
Oh my
but
God.
I do like how the king was like, "I'm gonna go," and they're like, "You a bitch." Like, please, we don't need you out there. Thank you so much. It was very funny. They humbled the shit out of him.
They did, man. If you don't sit your ass down.
He's like, "Oh, maybe I'll go another
I can
time."
fight too.
Like, no, you can't. Please sit down. Sit down. Go drink somewhere, please.
You know that kid would have been the first person to die. You know he would have died in a stupid way, like fell on his sword or some shit. Yeah, you know he would have died stupid.
He would have fell off his dragon.
100%.
What else? Oh, and Rhaenyra gotta be careful because I feel like they're gonna want to just be a mutiny against her. She keep on. Oh, let me think about it. I'll take it under consideration. They be like, "Bitch, go somewhere and let us do this shit."
I mean, I tell you what,
she keep.
They
think
better than
about
me.
it. Let me think about it.
They better than me. First time I would have said, "Hey, look, listen, we're coming to you with reason. Listen." No, let me think about it a little bit more. All right, this bitch is done. Y'all, we're gonna go kill them.
We get ready to die.
Yeah, like we're gonna go kill them.
No more thinking.
Shut her goddamn
At
mind.
least they're acting over here. Shit.
Shut her goddamn mind. Let me think about it, bitch. If
let
you
me
don't,
go
let's
go talk to Allison. What?
TJV. Why did I bring that up? Send that right back down. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean that's all I got. I just thought it was real brave of her. Hopefully she make it back. She more vulnerable than everybody else. I feel like. Unless Kristen gets killed. If Kristen gets killed, now they're more vulnerable. I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. He's gonna get killed at some point. That motherfucker keeps towing the line, so he gonna meet it at some point. But I'm surprised, Trevon, you ain't have nothing to say about the shame scene at the brothel.
Oh, I mean,
that was fucked up.
That was just fucked up. I was like, you might need to keep your. What is he to her? Uncle, brother? What is he?
Is he the
brother?
king's brother?
That's his brother, right?
Is it his brother?
That is his brother.
Right, that's his brother. Although you might want to keep your crazy ass brother on your side. He's already nut. So let's not piss him off. He already lost his eye, mad as hell, every day. Maybe keep him on your side. Now I feel like he just fucked that up. And now I'm like, your brother might kill you.
I'm just saying, anybody willing to stand up butt ass naked and walk in front of other men that brave, there's something loose up there. There's something loose up there, right? He didn't grab a towel, nothing. Let me cover it, nothing. Anybody that brave, nah, I'm gonna stay on their good side. Me personally, that's just what my mind says.
That's the thing. I was like, you embarrassing him like that?
Mm-hmm. But to be fair, that was very mean. That was like, that wasn't nice. But his little brother was kind of putting them on game, though. Like, you can't be wifing these hoes, dog. Like, dog, come on.
Man. What, rather than wifing your sister?
I mean, for them, it's normal. So you're saying that as somebody that understands it's wrong, they're viewing it as people that only see that as the only option. There's a whole land of women, and they're like family first. That's their mindset. It's family comes first in everything, right? In everything we do. So again, I agree with you, but he's trying to tell them we don't be wifing these hoes out here, dog. We don't. There's plenty of bloodline. You don't need to wife.
I'm not taking advice from the false king. It's all right. Everybody know he's the false king. Okay, what they tell him.
DJV is so stupid that he's trying to tell him, hey dog, you can't be loving these hoes, dog. She for everybody.
Nothing wrong with loving hoes.
No. Kinda is, but okay. All right.
Love too.
She needed money, I think.
Well, hey, you need that too.
I think she just wanted the money. I don't think she was really interested in anything else. But all right, anything else on House of Dragons?
No, I love the pettiness.
It's nothing but petty. That's really all it is. I swear to God, Game of Thrones, it feels like the first Desperate Housewives is what it feels like most weeks, right? Where it's like, that's all this is. That's all this really is most of the times, right? It's just, I'm bored. Can we kill somebody? Like, that's really what it is. Ain't no fun if the kingdom can't have it. Okay, all right. DJV's done for the night. We're taking his keys away. Call him a taxi.
I don't know what he's talking.
Call DJV a taxi. It's enough. Good night. It's too much for him. All right. Let's move on to the boys. We didn't do the boys last week. I don't really remember last week, so if you guys want, you can. If you remember last week's, cool. If not, we can just focus on this.
The killer animal.
Yeah, the farm.
That was last week. What the fuck was this week? Oh, this week didn't air yet. I'm sorry. We only knew last week. Sorry. You know, it messed me up because we did this show on Thursday last week. So I'm thinking a week from now, I'm thinking it's the same day. Sorry. Completely sorry. We didn't see this week. So I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. What were we missing? No, that episode ended pretty much how I expected everything to go. I mean, it just screams why I love Butcher. I love Butcher. First of all, let me just say this. We all understand that Butcher used his powers to pull that guy's leg off, correct? There's no way he found time that quickly to cut that guy's leg off. He had to have ripped that fucking leg off. There's no way he cut that finely.
Well, he seemed to know that he cut it off. He said it.
And he said what?
He said he cut it off. He said he cut it off.
Oh, yes. Okay, gotcha. I'm like, Trevon, what are you saying? Okay, I get what you're saying.
He didn't know what
I
he
get
did.
what you're saying.
So,
yeah. No, but that was my favorite part of the episode. Butcher's gonna be Butcher. That's really all it comes down to. Every week, Butcher's gonna be Butcher. And look, I'm sorry. I know this is gonna sound mean. Stargirl, you might have to go. You're getting real fucking annoying. You're getting real loud, real annoying. I'm over it.
I'm sorry. She's flying now. She ain't going nowhere. Thank you.
Yeah, so many people that fly. Like this isn't even like this isn't even a world where people don't fly. Everyone flies.
We got one other person that flies. That's it.
No, you don't. You have two other people that fly.
Who?
His son.
His son named
Homelander and his son.
Or last season.
His son did fly. What are you talking about?
When his son flew?
How do you think his son gets everywhere?
With his dad.
His dad does not carry him everywhere. That's a grown-ass man. That boy flies. What are you talking about?
Show me the scene where you seen his son flying the last 2 seasons.
The last 2 seasons? All right, I can go back through it. If I find it, Trevon.
Yeah, find
it. All right, cool.
I want where his son lifts off the ground and flies. Yes, show me.
Okay, got you. No problem. I will find that for you.
But yeah, it's always been.
Them sheep are crazy. Are their teeth really like that? Are sheep's teeth really like that? No. Not at all. DJV, you've seen sheep like eating grass or some shit. No, they have very normal animal teeth. They don't look like fucking piranhas. Would you say, Trevon?
Well, I thought it was interesting. Newman was fucking him up from outside the room. I was like, oh. When all their nose started bleeding and shit, and she wasn't in there yet.
So yes.
Oh. Yeah. I thought she had to look at you at least to know.
No.
Just have to feel your blood. I guess.
Apparently, yeah. Because remember, she
Like,
wasn't
Marie. Or what?
Remember how that one season ended where that guy that was the head of the church, his head exploded? She was standing outside of the fence. She wasn't even looking right at him. She was like on the outside, exploded that fucker's head. I think she can sense your blood pressure or like your blood.
It's just like Marie.
And then just manipulate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's what I thought. I agree with you there. First thing I thought was interesting.
I almost stopped fucking with her.
Yeah,
and also she didn't do it to what's her dad or whatever. I noticed it. So she's very good at selecting who to do it to.
Yeah, she can very much control it. She can very much control it. Yeah.
That's scary.
Let's see. What did he say? He flew when he did that fake save and flew to Butcher's house. I could have sworn I've seen the son fly. I'm just saying. Man has the exact same powers as his dad.
I know he does, but I don't using them.
I don't think he uses it often, but I can't imagine he still gets around by being carried by his dad. I can't believe that.
Well, prove wrong.
His dad pushed him off the roof a bunch of times. You tell me at some point his son didn't say, I don't want to get pushed.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't see him doing it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think he flies around as much as so if you thought I was saying like he flies around as much as his dad, no. I'm just saying he can fly. So you do have two people that can fly.
I need to actively see it.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. If that's the argument, that's fair. I can't argue that. That's fair. Yeah, outside of that, this episode was pretty cool. I know Trevon, you wanted to get to your husband, so I'll let you go, and then I'll let Juwaan wrap us up on the boys.
Oh, my baby.
I'm so bad
for him. That's all.
That's all you wanted to say.
Frenchie's 100%. That's it. I love him.
Poor Frenchie.
Poor Frenchie. So sad.
I mean, I don't know how much I'm willing to say poor Frenchie. Frenchie keeps killing these people and then saying, I feel bad about it. Yeah, I think you should. Stop killing people.
He had no choice.
No. Remember when he got Marion's kid killed? Because he went to his friend instead of doing his job? That was a choice, right? And then whatever you did to this guy's family, that was a choice. Stop killing people. It's really the only advice I can give you.
He needed money back then. That's why he did it.
But it's murder, so
it is.
I don't know why you would think you wouldn't at some point feel guilty about it.
Forgive people for all kinds of stuff. It's fine.
I mean, yes. I'm just saying it was murder. I don't know if I feel like I want to say.
Butcher murdering, you love him?
You said what?
Butcher's my murderer. You love him?
Yeah, I don't really see Butcher having that much remorse for the people he's killed. I see him having.
Remorse, dude.
You said what?
Death of remorse to not be forgiven.
Wait, say it again.
You love Butcher, and Butcher is a murderer.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I'm not saying that I don't like Frenchie. I'm not saying poor Frenchie. You don't hear me saying poor Butcher. Like you were killing people. Yeah, you were killing people. I don't really much care about your feelings in this. You murdered people. You should feel bad. The fuck? That's crazy. Like, stop killing people.
Now?
Yeah, no, that's fair. He's not killing as many people now as before. But for me, no. The only person that deserves a poor them is Huey. Huey deserves a poor you. Huey had to go through it. He really, really, really had to go through it.
He should have never got the V, though. That's his fault.
He got the V with the idea to save someone, not murder someone. So,
but he knew what V does.
Yeah, it gives people powers and heals.
Yeah, but it's a roulette. You know what it's going to be.
Yeah, you don't know what it's going to be, but I don't think he knew he was going to lose his mind and then just run through people. I don't think he thought it was going to be that. I thought it'd be somewhere in between, in the middle.
But that's right? You saw what Newman's daughter is like now.
No, she became a monster, right? Yeah, but she didn't lose her mind and then go on a murder spree, as far as we know. I mean, shit, when Huey got his powers, he didn't lose his mind and go on a murder spree.
His dad's also older. Giving this to someone old, maybe it's a different effect.
There's no disagreement. I'm just saying you're speaking to what Huey should have thought, and I'm saying as somebody that watched two people get Compound V, none of them lost their minds, right? I mean, the problem is Butcher maybe took too much. But it wasn't like Butcher took it and then just started losing his mind. So I think that's why Huey thought
that's
it'd be safe.
That's debatable.
You could argue anything that you look at Butcher now is just Butcher, right? Like if you think Butcher's crazy, it's very arguable that Butcher was crazy before this, right?
That's true.
You certify it, right?
I feel like that man is his imagination.
Yeah, I think guilt. I think the same thing you're saying Frenchie's going through, I think is exactly what Butcher's going through. I think it's guilt. I'm just saying
he keeps talking to you is his imagination.
Right, but I'm saying I think she was manifested from his guilt.
Oh.
I think he feels like, the one thing Becca asked for when she died was take care of my son. Mm-hmm. And the one thing he has constantly failed on is taking care of her son. So I think a lot of this is just it's manifesting from his guilt of not doing right by the kid. I mean, shit, he was about to poison the kid a couple episodes ago. So I'm like, I think this is a lot of Butcher's guilt that's just manifesting itself into Becca. But look, she's been working good for him because he almost screwed over Huey. Like he almost did a lot of diabolical shit if she had not come and talk some sense into him. So definitely good looks on that. But Joel, what were your thoughts on this episode of The Boys?
It's good. Like I don't know. I kind of hate this now.
What stood out to you? When I ask you that personally, just think of what stood out to you in the episodes, not good or bad. What stood out to you?
The commercials, the fake Marvel-esque. Slate. I love that. That was a nice little jab at Marvel. Oh, that was funny. How they had looked like 20 different things planned for 20 years. It's or more. It was insane. It was just funny how and all the weird names, how everybody got their own movie or show. I thought that was funny and how they kept playing. And, the whole episode, they kind of just kept playing because they had what was a 7-con type of thing.
Yeah,
I thought that was.
What'd you think about the manipulation Homelander was putting his son through? Where he's like, "You don't want to act? You don't have to. You do what you want, kid."
I kind of like the way he's been treating his son. I just and it's coming from a place of pain from experience, but it's also you got to remember Homelander has no real sense of morality, not a real one. He doesn't have any doesn't give a fuck, and so now he kind of wants his son to be the same way, and it was all good until the end, whereas now he's starting to take advantage of his power, and it's just now it's stop looking at humans as people
equals.
Yeah, they're not equals. We're superior, and that's kind of where now it's getting to a point where now he's taking it to me too far. Because I kind of liked the way he was with them for a while. It's kind of don't do what you want to do, don't do this, But now it's
I do think him going back to that facility helped Homelander because what it taught him as a dad was, I didn't like how they raised me. And I'm raising you exactly how they raised me, right? And I think Homelander's at a point in his career, I say this as crazy as it sounds, it's knowing he's a superhero, but he's at a point in his career, he's realizing I'm above ratings. I'm above it. I don't need to be the guy that gets good ratings or whatever the hell that is anymore. I'm a god. I just do what I want.
I can literally kill you all.
Right. So now he's showing his son, look, you're not like them. You're better. Just do what you want. What are they going to do? That lady slapped the shit out of that guy.
He did. He might be dead.
I mean, she didn't stop. I don't know when they told her to stop. As far as we know, she's still slapping him. Yeah. So I'm and she enjoyed it too. I'm like, God, that girl. All right. Damn. That second slap she felt. She was like, yes.
Yeah, that guy definitely deserved to get hit. I don't know if he deserved to get beat down. He deserved
that was crazy. But yeah, Homelander is now in a new evolution of himself. And that's why it's coming off as genuine, is because he's, instead of going by a script, he's raising Ryan essentially the way he wanted to be raised, which is, look, you're better than them. But show them. Do what you want. Utilize your power. Right? Now, again, that's not how you should raise your superhero or your superpowered child. That's why I said I consider it manipulation, because it's not out of love. Because out of love would be, Ryan told you what he wanted to do. He wanted to help people. You scoffed at it and was just like, instead, how about we shame people? Right? So that's why I was saying I think it's manipulation, because it's not from a stance of love, because if it was, you do what Ryan asked you to do. He wants to save people.
He's teaching him great power equals great no responsibility.
Equals no responsibility, right? I mean, shit, think about it. Ryan flung a guy like a fly into a wall, and there was no repercussions.
That was
right?
a mistake.
So you said what, Trevon?
That was a mistake.
No. It was, but I'm saying there was no repercussions.
That was an accident, yes.
So you're kind of raising him to where it's like there is no consequences for what you do. Just do what you want. You're Homelander's kid. That's what I'm saying. That wasn't to shame Ryan. That was just to say he's doing a bad job of doing right by him, is all I'm trying to say.
I feel that's all the 7, though. They do all the shit they want to do, and nothing happens to them.
Yes, but they're adults. I'm saying this is not how you should raise a child that has superpowers. He just murdered someone. Right. You should showcase as to why that was bad, how you can help him control it.
Exactly.
Right. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not blaming Ryan.
But that's the same shit Homelander would small somebody like that too, and then nothing would happen.
I know, but I'm saying Homelander what you're saying, Trevon, is exactly what I'm saying. Homelander knows all this shit is wrong. He just doesn't care. I'm saying for an impressionable child, you should teach him that it's not okay. Because what is Ryan going to do when he gets upset with somebody? He's just going to utilize his powers, just murder that person?
And his dad will laugh.
Again, that's what I'm trying to say. It's manipulation. It's not out of love. If it was out of love, you'd raise him better because you know what the right way is. That's all I'm trying to say. So I'm saying Homelander is not changed. He's just altered. He's altered his thinking, not changed it. So that's all I meant by that. But no, this is a fun episode. Shout out to Mike, because he did ask me before. I think we did a show Wednesday. He did ask me. He's like, no, he said, wait till you see this episode. It's weird, and I'm like, oh god. So as soon as I saw it, I'm like, nope, I get what Mike meant. This was pretty weird. This wasn't what was that show? Doom Patrol weird, but it was close. Doom Patrol had ass-eating asses. Like, I don't know how else to say that. Had ass-eaters that were actual asses.
Nothing to do with Doom Patrol, but I loved it.
But no, shout out to the boys. Trevon, no, I didn't. Trevon, you started it. I can't wait to see what tomorrow's is. I won't even say what I was about to say. But tomorrow should be a really good one. So can't wait for tomorrow's episode. All right. Joel, we got some Superman set photos.
Yeah, we did. Week 3 now? I think we're on.
Yes, we are.
So yeah.
This should be the last week of us actually probably talking
you
about
want
it.
Me to actually bring them up?
You said, do we want to bring them up?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
You want me to bring the picture up?
Yeah.
I mean, we could just.
I thought you were saying it like you thought it was like a bad idea. And I'm like, what? Do you know something we don't? Or like, should we not? You're scaring me for a second.
Spoilers. That's all. That's why I asked.
To me, it can't be spoilers. Here's why it can't be spoilers. Can you explain to me what the fuck is happening in any of these photos? I don't know what I'm looking at. I see people, but it's not a spoiler because everyone we see in this photo has already been reported as in this movie. You know what I'm saying? It's not like
not their look though.
Yeah, the look is
not the look of them. But again, if you don't know what you're looking at, it's not a spoiler. That's how I feel. If you know what you're looking at and you feel like this is spoiling you, we apologize.
Oh man, I'm about to spoil it for you because
well, then there you go. So, again, it's not a spoiler. To me, a spoiler would be if Batman was in this fucking field somewhere and we showed that. That's a spoiler. But explaining what we're seeing that is open for the public to take photos of, I don't really think that's much of a spoiler. I don't think so. All right, Joel, walk us through what we're looking at.
Well, this is our first photos of the rest of the cast, well, superheroes in this movie as we know it. We've questioned it from the beginning, why they were in this, like especially these four specifically. And we got our first look at Mr. Terrific last week, and it was a great look. I mean, they nailed his suit to a T. And then we knew the others were coming. We just didn't know why or where and when and how they would look. And now this is our first shot of Hawkgirl. It was our first look at Hawkgirl, Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and the Man in the Blue over here. I'm assuming is Metamorpho. And we don't know that for sure, but I mean, I imagine why else is some random blue guy just standing there or in the area, but whatever. So this is our first look. This is, I mean, based on my, I mean, again, I'm just going to throw out some theories I have because these are not their traditional looks. I don't know if you noticed that. People that do know what they look like, especially do not count Metamorpho as a man. This is obviously for CGI. It's a CGI suit. That's why it looks the way it is. Or they're going to add
more. This is some more modernized.
This is not a normal. It's not a mocap suit either, though. This is just so I'm not sure exactly what this man's doing, but it does seem to me like Metamorpho probably will be in CGI. So that you did not get spoiled, but it does look like Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl are in this scene in some capacity, and looks like, at least to me, that they are in uniform with Mr. Terrific, as you can see, all of them.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was a very eclectic four when I remember first hearing about it. And I'm like, why them? What's weird? Because they're all, some have like been members together of something, and here and there. Like this definitely gave me some Justice International vibes. And then we know he's the Terrifics, because he posted a picture of it. Most of the things he posted a picture about, he's come back to. And after seeing this picture, I've come around to the idea that it looks like that's not random that these suits look like this. It looks like they are working together as a team. It looks like Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, and Hawkgirl, and Metamorpho will probably be a version of the Terrifics, but not your traditional version, obviously, because Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl are not members of the Terrifics traditionally. But it also looks like they're working for Maxwell Lord, because his logo can be seen on their chest, like on Hawkgirl's chest, Guy's chest, and on his chest. They all have the crest, the Maxwell Lord logo on their chest. So she has it, Guy has it, and Terrific has it. We saw actually last week that Terrific had it. We just didn't really question it until now we're seeing them having it too. So in some way, he is funding this superhero team. Which seems like a version of the Terrifics, because if you look at let's see if I can pull up a picture of the Terrifics, the comic version of them, classic. Actually, give me a second. They all kind of wear a lot of white, because they match Mr. Terrific. That's why they're called the Terrifics. Mm-hmm. Let me see if I could pull it up. Damn it, I think I deleted it. Let me pull it. I know where I have it though. So that's why there's so much white on their costumes. That's not traditionally how guys' color scheme goes, or even Hawkgirl. But they've obviously have accents. There's accents of green. There's accents of like I guess yellow, brownish for Hawkgirl, right? So that's why they look the way they look, and why they're not exactly what we thought, in terms of like traditional costumes. And I'm like, now that makes sense. Now seeing their costumes and putting that together, that makes a lot more sense to me. Yeah, that's them right there. That's Terrifics. But you see, now you can't really see. I'll give you another picture just so you can compare them. They all wear like a similar color scheme, black and white, for the most part. Like you got Plastic Man, and then Metamorpho wears shorts, where he doesn't normally wear shorts. And Phantom Girl has a very similar color scheme here. And it looks like they've replaced Phantom Girl and Plastic Man with Guy and Hawkgirl for this movie, and they'll be working for Lord. That's my guess. Again, I don't know that for sure. I just know that that's just based on these photos that it looks like that's the case. And It doesn't seem like it's bad guys at this point. But I don't know for sure if they're going to be called the Terrifics. They could, like I was saying earlier in the group chat, I'm like, it could be a precursor to a future version of the Terrifics or even a future version of the Justice League International, because Justice League International has a very strong relationship with Maxwell Lord, and they traditionally have Guy Gardner on the team, and they've had Metamorpho on the team at one point. And like I just explained about the Terrifics. It's different. I didn't expect this to be in this version of the movie, but hey, man, I mean, at least I understand why they're there and what version. And now it was funny because all this morning I'm thinking about the JLI when I should have probably been leaning more towards the Terrifics. And yeah, that's what it looks like. It's a version of the Terrifics, more so than even the JLI, but there's definitely some cross there. Yeah, you see. So that's look at that. I mean, it's funny how Mr. Trevon looks just like that. It's crazy. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. It's a little sad. I do like Plastic Man, and Phantom Girl was always kind of a weird character to have in there, but she was there. Cool. This 4 works for me. What do you guys think?
No, I think that's a good idea. That's a good way to put it, and it makes sense. The symbol on their chest and all their suits. I thought when I saw Hawk Warrior at first, I was like, "Oh, that's different." Yeah, I didn't think that's how she would look. I see more of a modernized suit. I was like, okay.
Right. Look like a CW suit.
Yeah, and Guy, I definitely think he'll look like that.
Right. I mean, I really appreciate them doing the hair, because that was my thing. I was more worried about them and not doing the hair. I do like that they went there and they did the hair, but the suit is different than what I'm used to, and I think that's why. Because look, you can't tell, but Guy is wearing a vest. If you look close enough, it is a vest. Now it's an open vest.
You can tell it's a vest.
Sometimes you can't, because you could tell what Mr. Terrific, it's an actual jacket, but with the Guy, he is wearing a vest, and that's what he normally wears. He normally wears
the sleeves are out. Yeah.
But he's normally it's a zipped up vest a lot of the time. Yeah, and the sleeves are out.
Yeah, I think where people got confused is the color scheme. Color scheme is a lot more white, dark and green. A lot of white. Yeah. Right. And you don't get that. So people are like, what's going on? And it's like, again, that's why I say I don't like set photos when you don't release the actual looks. Because then you get, again, it's not the director's problem, but then you get people that are going a whole hullabaloo about nothing. And it's like, bro, it's a set photo. You know it's unfinished. And you're seeing it out of context. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, just wait and see. People don't like to do that. But again, it'd be easier if when you release the Superman photo, just release what everyone looks like. It's not like you don't have it. Just release what everyone looks like. That's it. That's all I'm asking. That's it.
Someone already put up fan art. I thought it was pretty funny. Well, I hope to see more fan art.
James Gunn actually just reposted Boss Logic's.
Oh, that was a good one, because that's another good shot from like yesterday. I think it was, where him looks like he's holding up a tank or some type of thing.
Yeah,
that was a great shot too, and that shot we had there was great too, with the cape flowing. It's a natural cape. It looks great.
Shout out to Sabrina. She was doing a lot of side by sides of Superman holding the little girl. Yeah, and then showcasing that from an actual image in the comics. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, the scene of Superman looking like he's walking through people. She kind of compared it to the Superman Jesus kind of photo. Yeah. So I'm like, and shout out, I did see someone say James Gunn does not get credit for the best casting in this movie. And he's like, no one's talking about it. And it's like right in front of your face. He's like, the best casting that no one's talking about is the cape. That's the extra person in this movie. That cape is a personality of its own. And I'm like, he's not wrong. That cape has its own identity. And I love it. That cape is cape.
The fact that it's practical is awesome. It
is. It's great. I mean, look at it right there. That's Superman.
It looks great.
that cape is great.
Amazing. It really
James, I just want you to know this. I know what Joel's going to say. He's going to say he's not directing that movie, Joel. I want to make this clear. Superman's cape looks that good. Bro. Batman's cape better be the sexiest cape in the DCU.
Talking to the wrong guy.
That's all I'm saying, James. That's all I'm saying. You set the bar here. Batman's needs to top this. So I'm saying I need that shit to drag a little bit. Need to come all the way across the chest. I need to see him like that walking around. White eyes. That's all I ask for. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot. That's all I ask for. Not a lot. Not a lot. Not a lot. All right. There's a few more things, guys, we wanted to tackle. These are really the only set photos, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Real quick, me and Joel did see. Fuck, where did we just see in theaters? Oh, Quiet Place.
We did.
Quiet Place, day one. Trevon saw it too.
I got a picture.
I wanted to make sure I didn't forget you, Trevon. I know you definitely wanted to talk about that.
I don't have an image for it.
Give me a second. Trying to go through the list of the stuff we had in the chat. Trevon is just too much in here.
I'm just throwing shit out there like this.
It was a lot, and I'm surfing through it all.
It wasn't that bad.
It was horrible. No, but we did get it. While you look up that, Trevon, we did get a Kite Man and Hellboy trailer. I'm going to be honest with you. The Hellboy trailer looked so fake, I thought it was. But shout out to that movie. But goddamn, did that not look legit at all. Yeah, DJ V, we'll get to The Quiet Place in a second because that's actually hilarious. That pissed me off, and I ain't gonna lie to you.
What part?
No. He's talking about A Quiet Place. I will say this, though. This Hellboy movie does look more catered to the comics. I know for a lot of people, Hellboy, their introduction was the movies, which was most people. But even if you watch the animated movies, if you don't want to watch if you don't want to read the comics, you watch the animated movies, it's different. It's more power-based, like Trevon would like. It's like witches and all kinds of crazy shit.
Hold on, what?
Yeah, in the real Hellboy. Like, when I say real, I'm not dissing the movies. I enjoyed all three of the movies that we got. But they went different. They went the opposite direction. In the comics and the animated movies, it's more power-based, like you would like it, Trevon. More witches, more powers, more actual detective work from Hellboy. Like, one thing you see a lot in the animated movies that you don't see a lot, if any, in the live action movies, Hellboy with a sword that like he carries with him, like a big ass sword that he carries with him a lot. So like Hellboy does like really cool shit that the movies kind of only scratch the surface of. This looks great. For me, I would like to have seen more of a budget put behind it. You know what it is? It's probably because Ron Perlman and David Harbour. Because they decided to get so massive for the role of Hellboy, you kind of forget Hellboy's not supposed to be that big. Like, Hellboy's supposed to look like this guy right here. But when Ron Perlman and David did it, they were so massive. So, like, you kind of have gotten yourself used to Hellboy looking like this.
The awkward-looking character. He's a very top-heavy.
No, he's extremely top-heavy. But I'm saying they got big, like buff, like really buff for the role.
I know.
But his body is more kind of catered like this guy. But Joel is right. He's top-heavy, but you don't really have to showcase top-heavy. Like, it's meant to be fantastical. For me, it just needs to be somewhere in between what they were.
And because they're going cheaper with it, I'm never going to get my damn hooves, man. And I know he doesn't normally have, in the movies, they've never showed him with just hooves. But that's what it is.
I'll tell you this. I disagree with you. I tell you this. This movie hits, they will get a bigger budget. Not a massive budget, but a bigger budget than what they had. And then they can go into more of the fantastical cool stuff that we know of Hellboy to do. But you got to start small. You got to start real small.
But like I'm saying, the other two didn't do it either, and they had bigger budgets.
No, but the difference is the other two didn't care to do it. They weren't trying to follow anything of the Hellboy comics. They were setting its own.
Like, my only issue for him visually, at least in this shot, is his eyes are blue. Normally they're yellow, so it's like weird. So like, Okay, they
I
decided
remember
to go
Hellboy's
black.
eyes in the comics. I gotta be
In
honest.
the comics,
I
they're
remember
just
that.
straight yellow. They're not pupils. It's just yellow eyes.
Oh yes. I don't know why I'm tripping. Yes, it's the Batman effect, but permanent.
Yeah, but yellow.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I wish they gave him at least yellow. What they call this? The eye
Pupils.
color, like you know what I mean?
Pupils. Yeah, yellow pupils.
One of the people, whatever. I wish his eyes were yellow instead of blue. Is what I'm saying.
Yes, you're saying more realistically contacts, but more fantastically is actual pupils.
Like the other two, they did yellow eyes. I want to yellow eye.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you there. Again, this is Hellboy done right. I think might need to be a series, to where you can contain it a lot more. You can world build. You can kind of give other characters like their own spin-offs, and then bring them together for one big Hellboy project. I just think you can cover more ground that way. Excuse me. Hellboy is something that I think somebody at some point needs to give us a Hellboy that literally starts from the beginning, rather than Hellboy fully grown. He's been doing it for however many years. Start from the beginning, a true origin story of Hellboy. It'd be the only thing different. It's the only thing we've never gotten is a true origin of Hellboy.
This doesn't take place in modern day. I know that much.
No. But I'm saying he's an adult. I'm saying take him from growing into the Hellboy that we know. That way you could do the more fantastical things, take your time with it, world build, expand, do all those fun stuff, and then get to the point of the Hellboy that we know. Because everyone always starts off with him as a grown man. We've always started off
because that's
a little bit younger.
The fun part.
Well, Hellboy at any point of his age can be a fun part because it's a fucking kid with a big ass arm. I mean, a big ass fist. That's cool. That'd be awesome to see. Again, he does. I'm not saying 8 years old, but you're gonna make him like 13, 14, showcasing him grasping who he is, what he is, how he's different, stuff like that. It's a bunch of different complexities you can really kind of just hone in on. That would be a lot of fun. And again, that would be different. You know how people always say every Batman movie is the same just because his parents die, even though the movies itself are drastically different? It's like, yeah, do something different. We've seen Hellboy this old. We've seen it. Shorten it, or shrink it, rather. Go younger.
I'll check. I forgot exactly how old he's supposed to be in this. I think it's 7.
Not as old as Ron Perlman's, but not as... I think David Harbour is
not a baby, obviously.
No.
Well, they both take place in modern day, the other two.
Yeah, but I think Ron Perlman's is meant not. I'm sorry, Ron Perlman's is older, I believe, than David Harbour's, and this one is supposed to be younger than David Harbour's. So I think Harbour is in the middle, and he's bookended.
He's supposed to be in the 50s, bro.
Yeah,
that's when it's supposed to take place, in the 50s.
Okay. And again, grown ass man. So,
well, I mean,
that's the only difference I'm asking for. That's it. What did you say? Hellboy, low-key, skinny fat. More like skinny fit. Yeah, the way they draw him in the comics is very unusual. That's why I said you don't have to try to conform.
It's hard. It's hard to make that look normal.
Yeah.
on live action because his legs are so small.
They're so small, and his top half is so massive. So
it's very awkward looking.
That's why I didn't have an issue with what they did with Perlman and Harbour. I'm just saying.
I don't either.
You didn't have to go this different.
I wish
like there wasn't in between.
That's all.
That you could have found.
It's just a part of that wishes we got it, but that's all.
Yeah, no, I know.
Well, I do like Hellboy a lot, so I'll be watching this movie even though.
Same here.
Same
here. I just want Hellboy to do well. I wish we still had David Harbour's Hellboy because
I do too.
They could have done so much good stuff with him. I thought he was great. But whatever.
I do like that they are going more horror centric in this.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, and I appreciate that. Sometimes
that's true Hellboy right there.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if it works, but I appreciate them trying something different, especially if they're not going to have the budget. Break it down.
If it doesn't work, I can tell you right now, it won't be because the movie's bad. It'll be because it was just you've had too much Hellboy in too small of time. And I know people are going to say between Golden Army and David Harbour's was a long time, but for your audience, David Harbour's was too recent. It was recent. It was literally within the last 4 years. So you might be slowly tiring people out of Hellboy, especially if it doesn't hit. Okay. So hopefully this hits because I want more Hellboy. But I'm not against marginalizing it to maybe just a TV series and then just expanding it that way. I'm fine with it. And then doing once you bring the characters together, do a Hellboy movie. I'd be really okay with that. Wow. And I think that might work better.
Hellboy and Crooked Man are shot practically, no CGI. So wow, the production budget of the film is reported to be 20 to 25 million. Oh my god!
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sounds
about right. But that's why I said they do that because if you can exceed that, they don't mind giving you the money.
Oh yeah, if this movie can probably double its money if it's good.
If this movie touches 300 mil. It's getting a sequel, and that budget is enhancing.
I doubt it's 300 mil, but yeah, it will definitely get a sequel easily.
It'll get a trilogy. They'll greenlight everything, whatever you want, guys. 300 mil and $25 million budget.
It's got to be no horror anymore. Well, that's what works, right?
They're gonna make it Avengers. How can we make this bigger? It's bigger, brighter, better. But no, Trevon, you didn't say anything. Did you not see the trailer?
No, I didn't, and I'm not the biggest Hellboy fan.
You didn't like any of the movies?
I haven't seen them. I know
you should. You'd like them. You should see them. You'd like them. It's very fantastical. A world you'd like.
Yeah, I'll try.
I'm just saying. I'd say this. Start with David Harbour's. Start with the more recent one. And if you like, because it's more fantastical, Joel. That's what I'm saying. Start with the more recent one. And if you like that, then you can watch the first Ron Perlman one and then Golden Army.
No, most of fantastical is Golden Army.
I know, but I'm not going to tell him to go straight to the sequel. That's what I'm saying. Start with David Harbour's, and then if you like that,
gave that man a budget. He's like, I'm going to use every penny.
Yeah, that movie went crazy. That villain was crazy. I really loved Golden Army until I saw David Harbour's. Golden Army was my favorite until I saw David Harbour's. But yeah, you should just give it a chance, Trevon. If you don't like it, it's not for you, but just give it a shot.
They should do a BRPD series is what they should do. That's
you said a what?
A BRPD.
Oh, I thought you said RIPD. I'm like, no, we don't need any more Ryan Reynolds.
BRPD.
We always get more Ryan Reynolds.
No, not Ryan Reynolds in that movie. That movie, again, Ryan Reynolds made some very questionable decisions acting on this, and RIPD was one. 100%. 100%.
Sound like he was saying yes to everything, basically.
Yeah, 100%. He even said in an interview with Hugh Jackman that they were just reviewing X-Men Origins, Deadpool 1 and 2. He was just saying, he appreciated that Fox let him wash away his movie sins at the end of Deadpool 2. And Hugh Jackman's like, man, I wish I could do that. There's a lot of things I said yes to that I should know. And he said it's very cathartic. It was actually awesome. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying though, Joel. Yeah, if you do a series, you should maybe start with that and then let it grow into Hellboy.
I would love that. You don't have to strictly be Hellboy.
Because you know what you could do? You could make it like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and then incorporate the idea of Hellboy and then just grow from there. Whether you want to do a Hellboy movie from it.
At least featured, I don't mind. Don't do it and not have Hellboy in it at all.
I agree. Same as you don't have a Spawn movie with no Spawn. But anyway, all right, let's get into.
Don't call it Spawn.
Let's get into A Quiet Place. What is it called? Day One.
Mm-hmm.
This. Okay, Trevon, I'm gonna start with this, and I'm gonna pass it right to you. Did you notice that these monsters look like the Stranger Things monsters? That was the first thing I noticed when I'm like, that's why they got Joseph. They're like, hey, you kind of did this shit in Stranger Things. Come do this shit here.
They look like vicious onion blooms. I couldn't. That was disgusting.
You know what it's like, Trevon? It's like 3 shows took a hybrid, right? Last of Us, Quiet Place Day One, Stranger Things. And they're like an amalgamation of each other. They're like cousins. It's what they look like. They're like all cousins. Swear to God, ugliest things. But anyway, that fucking cat. That fucking cat. That cat was like Jesus in this movie. I swear to God.
It was straight. Straight, live action.
It was, man, that cat was like, hey, dog, don't die. Don't feel bad. She can help you. She's alone too. He was
That cat was an op.
Yo, that's why I said, yo, cats are made from the devil. I'm sorry. I don't like cats. I'll never like cats. I don't trust them. That cat sure as hell looked at those monsters and said, let's see if it'll come save. Did you notice, Trevon? That whole time that cat learned quick. He saw everybody screaming and the monsters come. Name me 3 times that cat meowed. I'll wait.
That cat went up on that damn tree. I would have said, leave the bitch. Leave that bitch.
That cat said, let me see if he'll die.
I was like, hell no. He was like, clown out there. I said, are you nuts? I was you damn cat. And then when she ran after it, when they were first got to that place, I was like, girl, what?
Hey,
no.
To be honest, she had an extreme connection to that cat. We get it, but I can tell you this right now. I don't have a pet, so let me say this. As someone that does not have a pet, if those kind of things are out there, first thing I'm doing is letting my dog off the leash. You can go. Dogs don't know how to shut the fuck up.
I'm not.
You're not about to get me killed.
Exactly.
Sorry, you're not about to get me killed. No.
I was like, what if he's just a meow right now?
Yeah.
You are dead.
First of all, Trevon, let me say this. I've seen dogs bark at their reflection. So let that dog see its reflection. He'll bark for an hour. No, sorry. No, you're not getting me killed. Nope.
It just reminded me of, like, why would you have a newborn baby? Like, in the one for
yes,
last one,
in
right?
the second one. No, in the second one. Yeah, in the sequel. Mm-hmm.
I was like,
well, hold on, time out. Hold on. Don't say that, Trevon. Like she decided to get pregnant and then have the baby the same day.
I'm sorry. Okay, I was about to say something very vulgar.
I know you're about to go real dark. I know what you're about to do. Relax, my guy. Relax.
Maybe not do something that can result in reproductive things. Do something else. That won't.
Trevon's like, don't have sex. Play cards.
No, there are other ways to have sex that doesn't create a baby. Just like there are other ways.
Never been in New York City when there's an apocalypse. They're gonna blow up them bridges. They say, what in New York should blow up? I gotta tell you this: is 2 people that live very closely to New York. Stop bringing shit to New York, y'all. Please let it go to Chicago, Los Angeles, Arizona. There's other big name places. Why y'all gotta come here? God damn, man! It's so and we so close to that bridge too, Joel. That's the scary part.
Listen, y'all
fucking things come out of nowhere. It's like, oh, fuck.
That was it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Once, like the cat got on my nerves. The cat did get on my nerves.
I'm with you. I'm 100% with you.
Made me realize it. Yeah.
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 The cat survived. Oh.
But let's be fair though. She only didn't survive because she didn't want to. She didn't want to keep going.
She was tired.
So it wasn't like the cat got anyone killed, but that cat could have gotten people killed. Yeah, she was. She had cancer.
Yeah. So she was like,
and also she couldn't keep getting her medicine with all this shit going on. Like, yeah.
You know what sucks? Like the first group of people we saw die from this was that bus of all those cancer patients. That had to be like, bro.
What this movie made me realize, if they're all cut off like that, that means a lot of people don't have medications.
Yeah,
that's very true. Yeah,
that made me think about that. I was like, oh, that is terrible.
If you're depending on certain drugs to live,
or machine, or anything like that,
any type of power.
Mm-hmm. Well, we did see the one workaround that we didn't see in the other 2 movies. Rain is loud enough to kind of silence a lot. You have conversations, and I mean, obviously, you couldn't start a lawnmower in the rain. I think they'd still hear it. But like, you can do some things. You can do some things. You know what had to suck though? Picture you in the middle of surgery when this invasion started. Yeah. Your doctor runs out the room. You wake up from your amnesia like an hour later. You just, what the fuck? That shit had to be terrifying.
If you wake up, but they have to wake you up.
If you wake up, right. They might have already ate you.
That's
and that's the biggest thing.
But they have to wake you up.
That's the biggest thing, though. So. do they eat you? Because they didn't make that clear. Do they eat you, or do they like claw? Like they didn't make it clear what they do.
Well,
It's like every time they show it, they kind of like jump, like they grab you and just like jump away. I don't know if they eat you, if they like harvest you. I don't really know what they do.
Through it. I know
that.
No, you die immediately.
They just silence you.
Right? Yeah, you get silenced. Right. The cast was too chill. You telling me ain't no freak out when it done?
That's true.
Wait, explain to me what he's saying.
When it went into the water.
Oh yes. It
didn't.
I mean, I bet they were, but you're trying to not die either, so you gotta keep moving.
I mean, but the cat usually.
No, they're saying they're surprised, Joel. The cat didn't freak out because of the water. Cats don't like water.
Oh yeah, they don't like water, but like again, you just gotta keep moving.
I'm gonna just say this. I know people are gonna say, Juwaan, you can't connect those dots. That cat had a black owner. That cat just understood certain things most cats don't. That cat, I told you, that cat didn't meow. That cat understood very early on when people kept dying from screaming. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut the fuck up. Nah, I'm good.
But I'm still gonna set y'all up though.
Yeah, I'm gonna get somebody killed for sure. But I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm still gonna run over here.
Yeah, that cat's like, I ain't finna die.
You don't come get me.
Like the cat's like, I ain't gonna die. I don't know about y'all, but I'm good.
You see how that cat was looking at him? We'll climb that tree. He was like, "Oh, you came up here to get me." I'm mad. That's what that cat was looking at him.
Apparently, they don't eat us. They kill us and use us as fertilizer to make those things. That's what I was saying. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure what they do with us. Like I'm like, I don't know what they do with us once they like sweep us away. It's like, then what? What happens then? I am curious. I would love to ask John Krasinski this one day. Is the sound so deafening that they like they're not trying to kill you? They're just trying to stop the noise, or do they like sharks to where they just naturally look to kill, and noise is how they know where to go kill? You know what I'm saying? Like sharks don't have the greatest vision. It's usually their scent that leads them to what they catch.
Well, remember
that's why blood is so effective.
Hated that screeching noise or whatever it was. You know,
but I'm saying, is it like the noise bothers them so much that they just look to stop the noise, or does the noise just direct them to what to kill? You know what I'm saying? I'm just because I'm like, all we know is that they don't like noise. They'll kill you for it, right? But I'm like, does it bother them? Or is it like they kill things and the noise helps direct them because they can't see?
And why would they come to the city with the most noise?
Well, I don't think they had a choice. I think there was like an alien, like they just dropped down from wherever planet they came from.
They were stuck on a meteor. Like, well, you coming down?
Right. It's like Venom. It just landed here. No, I'm just curious. Because it doesn't seem like the noise like startles them or anything. It's just they don't like it. That's all we know.
Well, they have like 25 ears in their mouth. So
right. So I'm like, I wonder if the vibration like hurts them to the point where they're like, "Yeah, kill that shit now." You know what I'm saying? So again,
they must hate thunder. Like, oh,
right. It was nothing but rain and everything. They were like, they were jumping at the sky. Like,
they were probably like paralyzed. Like, oh.
Again, it's not a big deal. I'm just curious. Just curious about it. But Trevon, anything else stood out to you before I pass it to Joel?
No, I thought it was like a cute love story in hell. I thought it was, it was nice. She was very reluctant, and he was very much like, "I'm not gonna be alone. Thanks."
Yeah. I was about to say the apocalypse definitely lets creepy behavior slide, because she looked at him and she was like, "Please stop following me," and he was just like, "No." Like that doesn't work in any other scenario but an apocalypse, right? Like, stop following. What are you doing?
He refused to be alone. I'm like, I'm not gonna be alone.
It's like, fuck that. Wherever you go, I go, dog. So you find me someone else. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not leaving you. So
you stayed there too.
But I do like that she. One scene that really stood out to me, guys, that I got kind of emotional about was the pizza scene. I thought that scene was very beautiful because it wasn't just someone having a hissy fit. she didn't know how many more times she'd be able to enjoy the simple things, like just going for a slice of pizza. So she's like, while I can, no, you promised me pizza. I want pizza, right?
Listen,
So I really did love that.
I would have folded.
You said what?
Well, I would have folded a few times, but when he brought her that pizza, fold whatever you want. Yeah.
Trevon, you would have folded the moment he stalked you. You would have said, yes. Keep stalking me. Yes. Follow me everywhere I go. But I did think that was a really cute scene. Him bringing her the pizza and then just writing the name of the place on it.
Yeah.
Because he understood, she just wanted the simple things, right? She didn't know how much time she had left, so she wanted the. But I did get a little confused by something as I passed it to you, Joel. She did the guy that was in charge of like the center that took her on the field trip. He did tell her, you didn't think you'd be here before. You didn't think you'd be here now, right? Like your life is lasting longer than you thought it would.
Right.
So part of me was very curious if like, was she dependent on the drugs to live, or was the drugs just a way to kind of help the pain of the cancer? Because they kept alluding to the fact that she was
pain. Just the pain.
Right, but I'm saying they were alluding to the fact that she was living longer than they expected her to. So I'm like, it kind of broke my heart when she kind of just gave up at the end. I mean, she went out on her own terms, but she kind of just gave up because I'm like, you could have maybe kept, live longer.
It depends. Like I don't think it's what the drug she takes was probably to numb the pain.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right, it wasn't to keep her alive.
Whatever was keeping her alive, she probably can't get no more because they would probably, if it's cancer, it's probably radiation or whatever. She can't get that treatment anymore. So it's like she's kind of fucked. So in that regard, like, so that's why she kind of like, I need the drugs to not like be in pain, constant pain. So that's why by the end she's like, I don't have any more drugs. I'm pretty much done here. And that's why she went out the way she did, because she knows it's gonna be quick. Done. Sadly.
But she did go out on her own way.
It was sad though. Like it had a lot of emotional beats. I do like. I think the jump scares worked better in this movie than any of the other two. In my opinion, like they were hitting. They fuckers popped up. I was like, oh. Maybe because I'm watching in the theater and I didn't watch the other two in the theater.
It also, Joel, I think. Well, yes, I definitely, because I agree. I told you I didn't see them in theaters, so I agree there. But I also think you get a better look at them now than you ever did in the other movies. Like a really good look at them.
They do see them.
Excuse me. So the jump scares were a lot more powerful. You get to see those nasty things.
Yeah. Even the big one. We saw the big one now. I mean, good movie. I was highly entertained. I was surprised at how many emotional beats there were. It's really good. I didn't expect it to be this dramatic. I guess is where I was going with it.
They gave it a lot of heart. I mean, the first movie I thought had a lot of heart. The second movie I thought was making money off of how great the first one was. Not saying that it was bad, but it wasn't.
It just spun off of the first story, and we kind of know how that ended. So it's like
And I very much, I still feel this way. Let me be very clear. I felt this way after seeing the second one, and I still feel this way after seeing this one. I do think they should have stopped at A Quiet Place. I thought that movie should have been a cult classic, should have been looked at as a cult classic. And I think the more you do, the more you open yourselves to one of these being bad. You know what I'm saying? I thought John Krasinski did a phenomenal job, straight out the box. Quiet Place, brilliant, great cult classic. I just don't want them to run it into the ground. Like, I don't need a day 2. You know what I'm saying? I don't need day 3. I need day 4. To me, at some point, I think you should stop. But again,
I don't know where you go from this. Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know where you went from the first movie, and then we got the second movie, and then I didn't know where you go from the second movie, and then they gave us a prequel. So I don't know. Next, we might see their fucking home planet. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know where you go. But I just don't want you to run it into the ground. This doesn't need to be a franchise. Is really what I'm trying to say. The first one I thought was a masterpiece. It is. You're right. First one I thought was a masterpiece, and I thought maybe it should have stopped there. I think maybe it should have stopped there. Someone said this the other day. A comedian said this the other day. He was saying it seriously. that he thinks John Krasinski could be the next Steven Spielberg. And I don't disagree. I think his talent is there. I just think he needs to stop doing things that maybe go too long. Kind of one-offs. One-offs, keep it pushing.
He didn't direct this one, did he?
No, he didn't direct this one, but he co-wrote it. Co-wrote it and produced it. You know he was going to be involved in
of course.
Baby. He's going to be involved somehow. Yeah. But again, very good movie. If you guys have not seen it, you should go see it. It is very, very emotional, very powerful in my opinion, and jump scares work. They really do. Let's put up DJ V's comment real quick. Also, never go in the subway. That was fucking dumb. Yeah, I don't really understand the mindset of that. You know, the subway at some point was going to collapse you in. But again, it was spare of the moment. You had to go somewhere. So
they were coming from the sky. They figured they were safe.
I'm going to be honest with you. Knowing me, I would have been dead in the first 5 seconds of these fuckers landing down. Like, I would have been first. What the fuck is that? Dead, gone, done. Juwaan, gone, done. So, because think about it. The first, a million people that died didn't know talking is what led to it. You had to watch at least 6 million people die for you're like, oh, it's the talking. Okay, everyone shut up. You know what I'm saying? You start to learn it because you don't really know what's going on. Right. So there's a lot of cannon fodder before you kind of realize that's what it is. But all right, that's pretty much all we got for you guys this week. This has been a great episode of Unhealthy and Unstable. I want to thank Trevon and Joel, as always, for joining me, as always. DJ V, you're amazing, as you constantly are. We appreciate you. And we had about 20-something people in here watching throughout the show. We appreciate you guys. Please make sure you are following, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And definitely share your thoughts. Let us know how you guys felt about A Quiet Place. Would you guys have liked to have seen it be a one and done? Where do you see it going from here? How you guys felt about the Superman set photos? Your thoughts on Acolyte so far in the season, The Boys. Your thoughts on anything that we discussed today. We would appreciate hearing from you guys, and we can't wait to see what you guys have to say. As far as next week, I'm going to try to force Joel to see Maxine. And then next week, I'm going to try to force Joel to see Longlegs. And then we'll slowly make our way to Deadpool and the Wolverine. What's your eyes, Trevon? What?
I don't know. Either one of those.
Both are more on the horror side, both of those movies. One of them is more of a slasher whodunit. The other one's a pure horror film.
Look forward to your review.
I'll watch the first one tonight.
Joel's not going to watch the first one tonight.
I don't know.
Because you're going to fall asleep.
I don't do anything tomorrow.
Okay, then I'd rather you watch it tomorrow. You get off work.
Second one tomorrow.
All right. Okay.
Tomorrow's supposed to be live.
Huh?
Yeah. I swear to God, Joel, if we get to next Monday and you're like, Juwaan, I haven't seen any of them, I'm going to be very upset.
Man, I'm not you, bro. I'll remember.
You're not me. Oh, fuck you. I couldn't help it. Trevon shouldn't put so many good shows in front of me and expect me to remember them all.
You
ain't
listening to Gossip Girl yet?
I'll never do that. Trevon, text me that witch show right now so that I can go.
So you can forget that you have proof.
No, if you text it to me, I'll set it. I'll put it in my notes and I won't forget it. Next week we can talk more about it. But we appreciate you guys. We're 3 weeks away from Deadpool and Wolverine? 2.5 weeks?
Very close.
Closer than we were when it was first announced. So I'm very happy we're here. And then remember, guys, that same weekend is the weekend of San Diego Comic-Con. In bold. Thank you, Trevon. Won't forget that.
Won't forget now.
Wait, is Domino Day lost or loan? Which one?
It's loan.
Anyway, guys, that same weekend we will be doing San Diego Comic-Con. We'll be doing a massive collab, bringing some of the greatest geek minds together to break down Hall H for both, hopefully, DC, and we know Marvel will be there, and Fantastic Four will be their headliner. But we don't know about DC 100% yet. We don't know if their presence will be there through James or video package. So we'll see. But it's going to be a fun Wait, is it Hall H Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday,
right? Okay, gotcha. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys have your notifications on so that when we go live that Saturday, you guys are not missing a moment. We're going to have so much fun. But we appreciate you guys. And until next time, peace.